Okay, hello lovelies, it is Ziggy Takeda, and today is the Silent Hill transmission. There was a state of play earlier, but I was at work. I just got home-ish. Okay, I didn't just get home. Anyway. I'll have to catch up on that later myself. But I'm at least here for this. Technus will be joining us soon. I gotta check and see when he gets in his chat. Oh, he's in there right now. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, I can... Stream's about to start. You haven't missed anything yet. I'm just gonna share my screen, because why not?
Okay. Also, do you have a link for it?
I mean, yeah, I do. This is like the official stream. I didn't know if you wanted to, since we're going straight into blending after this. I keep saying blending, 3D modeling.
It's the same thing.
Oh shoot. Right there, it's right there.
皆さんこんにちは。サイレントヒルの情報をお伝えする番組サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサー
Oh wait, in Cult General.
です。
I just,
前回は
first thing that
多く
came
の
up,
タイトルの
I
最
was
新
like,
情報を一気にお届け
it
します
started.
が、今回はサイレントヒル2についての情報にフォーカスした第2回目のサイレントヒルトランスミッションとなります。ぜひ最後まで配信
There
を
we
ご
go,
覧くだ
there
さ
we
い。
go.
先ほどプレイステーションの配信番組でもサイレントヒル2の新たなトレーラーが公開されましたが、それと
Yeah,
は
they
また
already
別
showed
の
a
ゲー
trailer
ム
at
プ
the
レイ
state
映
of
像を
play
ご覧いただき
that
たい
was
と思い
earlier,
ます。
like it just
それでは
ended.
こちらをどうぞ。
I mean, I was at work, so I was just like, whatever. Just catch up on that tomorrow.
What were you saying?
They already showed a trailer for the PlayStation State of Play that just wrapped up right before this, but... Oh, it looks like we're getting something right now.
Okay. Fox Out of Town Silent Hill. Oh, is this a remake of the original?
The second one.
Oh.
Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place.
Hey, Zitty. Yeah, me too. I'm hyped for it, too.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did.
Siri, go away. What the heck? I didn't call for you.
I got a letter.
Oh,
The
they heard me.
name on the envelope said Mary. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. Is she really alive?
This remake is being made by the... Did you hear The Medium that came out like a few years ago? It was a game called The Medium.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, wasn't that like a movie game time?
It was like an interactive drama. The same
okay.
people that made that are making this game, and a lot of people are like, yeah, well, a lot of people have some serious opinions about that company, and they're all butthurt that they're making this game because they think they're gonna screw it up. Literally, oh my god, all I ever see is like people just hating on, like Pierce and haters, you know, like they're just shitting on it. It's like, dude, like, well, for one, I actually liked The Medium. I didn't finish it, but I don't finish anything. But I mean, I liked The Medium, and I'm like, I figure this is gonna at least, I don't expect this to be amazing, but I think it'll be good. It'll be at least okay, you know, like I probably will enjoy playing it.
I mean, they got to bring their A game. Like,
Yeah.
they're a AAA company. It's a legendary title.
I'm not going to deny it.
Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Konami.
Or Konami. Yeah.
I mean, they do have big shoes to fill. I'm not gonna lie. But,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's just, I think people are being too harsh. Too harsh.
Okay. Oh, so far, this has got some great atmosphere.
Yeah.
What the? Oh, shit. Oh,
you can dodge.
whoa, nice dodge, yeah. Oh.
They did completely... I'm assuming that was the first enemy, so they did completely change that.
Yeah, 'cause I remember that happening in the alley,
Yeah,
right?
it's like outside, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like before you even get
I
into
kind of
the
like
city.
that, though. It really kind of isolates you with that first enemy, that first encounter moment. Oh, clever.
Yeah.
You just bust car windows open for loot. I like that. Man, this fog looks so goddamn good, though. Holy
does.
shit.
I remember that.
Oh, the matchbook. Yeah.
He actually pulls out the map and like scratches stuff on it. I like that.
That's a really good touch. Oh, if you're reading this, leave. This place is not what it seems. There's another side to it.
What you got there?
None of your business.
Okay, so now we're out of
You
the
didn't love
gameplay.
Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait!
This was the scene from the original.
What?
How do you know her name?
Where did she go?
I don't know. Let's look around.
She looks great.
Yeah, my bet is this is going to be way more cinematic than it was, the original was. Especially since,
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
though.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
This feels so empty.
I mean, they've
other
got the
places.
ambiance down really well.
Yeah, the lighting in the windows.
Mm-hmm. And like the imperfections in the ancient paint and the crumbling walls.
Yeah.
Whoa. Director requested the files of the 3 crucial patients. You know which ones. Could you please bring... Blah, 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 blah. Could you please bring me a glass of water? Whoa. It's always a good sign.
There.
Laura! Wait!
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
God damn it. Now, where is that girl?
Oh, they brought back this... That I think that's literally the sound effect from the original. The, radio static.
Yeah.
I've played enough of the original for it to, like, stand right out to me.
It's pretty damn close. I like the way they did that. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Ooh.
Oh God! Straight to the face.
Oh!
Oh, whoa! It countered him.
Oh. Just pop her in the kneecap. Oh. Oh. I think she's dead. Yep.
I think that was kind of staged, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'm fine with that because it's still like actual gameplay, and you can see what you're able to do in the game anyway.
Yeah, it shows you like the back and forth of like an imperfect combat interaction too, so it shows you the penalties of making mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh. That is one fucked up bear.
Wow, there was a lot of detail on that.
Yeah. A bent needle. Who would just keep something like that? Hey, shotgun. There we go.
You say right before the shotgun in the locker.
Yeah.
Sawed off, no less.
Oh. Oh, never mind. Whoa. If she took 2 shotgun blasts to the face.
Yeah.
That's blood. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh no!
Well, that was interesting.
Oh, that you don't need a shotgun for that. Oh, you missed.
I missed the.
He's just a floor cleaner. You don't need to hurt him.
That was interesting that they had that happen as you were like in a menu, basically.
Yeah. Those are always like really scary events when that
Yeah,
happens.
like they kind of establish these like unwritten rules and then they break them.
Yeah.
Laura, why do you keep running away from me? And how do you know about Mary?
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Fine! Don't believe me! See if I care!
Hey!
Let go!
Sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just stay with me, okay? This is no place for a kid.
Fine. But there's something I gotta get.
Laura,
It's important.
what is it?
A letter. For Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
I remember this part.
That door is just so iconic for some reason.
Sure this is where you left it?
It's in the back. Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here.
Haha!
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Let me out of here, you little brat!
In your dreams, fart face.
Please open the door. There's something in here.
Here there is. A big lying fart face. See ya, fart face!
Laura! Laura!
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember that part from the original. That was the part that makes you go, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's definitely a different one than was at the
皆
State
さ
of
ん
Play.
いかが
We'll
で
have
し
to
た
go
でしょう
back and
か
look at the one that was at the
真の
State of
サイコロ
Play.
ジカルホラーであ
Ooh,
り
yeah.
シリーズ最高傑作として評されたサイレントヒル2のストーリーはそのままに、本作ではよりその世界観に没頭できるようにゲームデザインやユーザー体験を強化しています。そしてすでに発表いたしました通り、発売日は10月8日です。こちらはプレイステーション5と Steam でリリースされます。
That
また、
soon,
プ
wow.
レイステーションストアと Steam にて本日から予約の受付を
Oh my god,
あ
開始しています。
I
これ
totally
からご紹
spaced
介
out.
す
I
る事前予
literally...
約特典などもご確認いただき、
It wasn't until you said that soon that I was like, oh my god,
で
wait,
は
they did
ここ
release
から
it.
は
They did show
商
release
品ライン
date.
ナップのご紹介です。
Yeah, October. That
本
sounds
作
about
の
right.
スタン
Horror
ダードエディ
game.
ションを事前予約していただくことで、
Oh, here's the
特典と
merchandising.
してミラのマスクがつきます。そしてプレイステーション5限定で
The
ロビー・ザ・ラビ
dog
ットのマスクも入手可能です。
Yeah, that's great.
続いて
The
は
true
デラックスエディションのご
nemesis
紹介
of
です。
Silent Hill.
デラックスエディションにはサイレントヒル2の世界観をより楽しんでいただくための
Oh my
デジタル
god.
アートブック、
Oh my
サウンド
god.
Yeah.
That's
そしてダイナソット
awesome.
のマスクが付いていますアートブックはコンセプトアーティストの伊藤正弘さんがデザインしたクリ
I'm
ーチャー
surprised they're not doing
登場する
like
キャラ
a
クターや
collector's
さまざまな
edition.
ロケ
I
ー
mean,
シ
they
ョンの
might.
コ
They
ン
might
セプト
still
アート
say it.
が
I just probably
130
couldn't.
I can't hear you
万
over
以上
him.
表されています。
That's fine.
またサウンドトラックは今回も原作と同じように山岡明さん
Oh,
が手掛けており、原作の楽曲のアレンジ版のほか
I'm
新
gonna
曲
turn
も
him
収
down.
録されています。
I can barely hear
どちら
myself.
も
Okay.
シリ
What were
ー
you
ズファ
saying?
ンの方には満足
I
い
said
た
I'm
だける
surprised they don't have a
コンテンツ
collector's
になっています
edition.
ので楽しみにしていただければと思います。
But they're bringing
そ
Akira
してデ
Yamaoka
ラックスエ
back.
ディションも事前予約していただくことで特典としてミ
For the
ラのマスク
soundtrack.
とプレイステーション5限定でロビー・ザ・ラビットのマスクが入手可能です。さらに特別な特典としていち早くサイレントヒル2を楽しんでいた
For
だ
the
くことができ
from the
る
original, right?
48時間の
Yeah,
先
well,
行
from
ア
the
クセス
like
券をプレゼントいた
probably
し
like
ま
the
す。
first 4 games. Yeah.
こちらの一覧表で各エディションの特典をご確認ください。サイレントヒル2を
Oh,
よ
you
り早
get
く体
okay.
験でき、世界観を丸ごと楽しんでいただけるデラックスエディションの事前予約がおすすめです。皆様ぜひご予約の上発売をお待ちください。さて、コナミとゲームの開発会社であるブルーバーチームがタッグを組んでお送りするサイレントヒル2ですが、ブルーバーチームのスタッフからメ
Yeah,
ッ
that's
セ
the
ージ
name
映
of the
像を受け取
developers.
っています。こちらをご覧ください。
Oh, they're okay.
I'm very excited for people to play this game. There's no one aspect that I could say that I want people to experience because I want people to experience all of it. It's such a journey. It's such a big part of our lives, and I just want people to be able to see it.
Yeah, I bet they're probably over
think
the
the
moon.
biggest challenge
being
that
able to
Yeah.
make this game.
was
It's
actually
like,
how to
yeah, I
make
was
the
thinking this
game
whole
approachable
experience has
for
to
the
be like
newcomers who
both
have not
exciting
played
and
the original,
terrifying for them.
but at
Yeah.
the same time to still retain the familiarity of the game that player remembers from 20 years ago.
Our goal from the very beginning was to maintain the game's atmosphere while modernizing the gameplay to make it competitive in 2024.
Competitive, like
In the
Overwatch.
remake, the story remains largely the same. However, with the magic of modern technology, we were able to expand on some of its aspects.
The hardest was designing combat. We want to be as faithful
Yeah,
as possible.
like, what's the
to
competitive
the
aspect?
original game.
Oh, I was
But
just,
also we
I was kidding.
want players to feel satisfaction.
They meant
while
competitive
playing,
with like the rest of the
remembering
industry.
That, we need to
Ah,
fit in
okay, okay.
our genre standards.
So when making a game with static cameras, you as a designer
And you
have
better know
much
those
more
standards,
control over
too.
what players
Yeah.
sees, where they go, and so on. The change for the third-person perspective was a challenge. That being said, it's a chance for us to expand this world, to show the players new elements that were previously inaccessible, and just make this game richer.
So the main thing that requires rethinking was the fog, because it was called classic in the original game, and it's a veil that covers
yeah.
the world and makes the player to feel even more
Look at that.
isolated.
Oh,
New technologies gives us a chance to do things that were not possible during the earlier
They
generations of video
fucking
games.
nailed
For
that
narrative,
fog,
this is
though.
very visible in
Holy
facial expressions. You can
shit.
tell so much through just
It
the subtle
seemed,
changes in characters' faces.
it seemed like there was like density to it, like it was a little
The
bit
presented
thicker
gameplay
towards
footage
the
shows a
ground
fragment of the
than.
city from the beginning of the game,
Yeah, and
sections in Brookhaven Hospital.
they're really,
the fight against monsters is
it really
prepared
felt
in a
like it
more
had a
tactical
depth
form,
to
and
its
mainly
mass.
based on the
Yeah,
very
like I
designs
think
of
they
the
actually
enemies.
researched how
James
fog
is not
works
used
in the
to
real
fight
world.
games,
Yeah.
Like,
so
and,
his
like
arsenal of attacks
yeah.
is limited.
I would
Adapting
not be
your
surprised if
approach
they
to the
had like
situation will be the key to
5
success.
different types of fog.
However, your
I
playing
think
style, among
this is
other
being made on
things,
Unreal
determines
5,
what
so they
ending you will
probably
discover.
used that to
Okay.
for some of the. I imagine that helped with the fog physics.
本当にサイレントヒル
Yeah, once we
2を
get
大
done
好
with
きな人
Blender,
た
we
ち
gotta
が
like
このリメイクに
go
関
through
わってい
some
ます
Unreal tutorials.
最後まで
yeah,
こだわって
definitely.
作っていますのでご期待ください。さらにゲームの中でジェ
Yeah,
ームス
okay, so
役
this is a
メア
passion
リー
project
と
for
マリア
them.
役を演じてくれた
I mean,
キャ
that's
ストの
good.
イン
You
タ
want
ビューも
someone who
届い
actually
ています。
cares to do it. There are
こ
a
ち
lot
ら
of
もご覧ください。
Oh,
So I'm Luke Roberts, and I'm playing James Sunderland in the remake of Silent Hill 2.
My name is Salome Gunnarsdottir, and I play Mary/Maria.
When you're playing an iconic character such as James Sunderland, you obviously have to respect the original.
When playing these characters in this game, the thing that I paid most attention to was the original game.
So he is not an action hero by any means. He is just a guy who is a little lost at the top of this game, and in a sense of he is to a greater extent in a bewildered state. So it's very interesting charting his journey.
This one, we're trying to honor something that's already been made. And so it's not me creating something, it's me channeling something.
The tone of this game is very important. And the team at Bloober were very keen to create an incredible atmosphere for the gamers.
I do believe that this will be trying its very best to capture and recapture the atmosphere, the vibe, and the story, and sometimes like the literal words and moments of the original.
本作では俳優の表情と演技をパフォーマンスキャプチャーすることで心理描写を強化していますので、
that
ぜひ
reminds
期待
me,
していただければと
one
思
of
い
the
ます。
Baldwin brothers took over
ゲーム
for
について
Uncle
の情
Iroh
報はここまで
when
と
the
なり
original
ます。
actor passed away.
続いては
Really?
映画
Yeah,
Return to
and that
Silent
was
Hill
like
の最
somewhere in
新情
season
報が
2
届いております
in Avatar: The
ご覧
Last
ください。
Airbender.
I imagine that was pretty well, like season 2. That says enough. It's pretty early on, relatively
Yeah.
speaking.
But like, you can't really tell unless you're paying attention because he just did that role so much justice. Like, you can still kind of, if you're paying attention, you can tell it's a Baldwin, but that's only in the cracks.
Masterpiece, very
Yeah.
modern and very transgressive piece of art. The second game is the most adult of all the Silent Hill.
Yeah,
The story of
yeah.
James Sunderland. He has lost his beloved bride, and he decided to go back to Silent Hill to find her. And he realized that basically the town has changed. It became something like a hell, his own hell. And he's going through all this circle of hell to find her back and find also somewhere a truth about himself. This film had an emotional level to the horror, and certainly because of that, the horror is even more disturbing, even more unsettling. I consider that the first film was like an epic journey for horror.
It needs
this
to
one
be.
Is much more
It
like
really,
a deep
truly does.
dive into the psychological
Yeah.
horror. From the first film, production design of Silent Hill was
Okay, okay.
I remember that all my energy was on it. And on this one, I had the great surprise to realize that the people who were going to help me. on
Oh,
the
so he's
production
from the
design,
first,
but
he directed the
also on
first
the
film.
makeup, but
Yeah.
also on,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
costume, but also on
man, that's
every level
awesome.
of the film. I had in front of me very young technicians who knew the game, the film, and loved them. The level of enthusiasm that I met on this film to create that strange world of Silent Hill was quite unexpected. I was thinking to myself, okay, I will have to explain a lot this film to my crew. And in fact,
That shot must have been
no.
so much
I didn't
fun to
have to,
film.
because they were
Okay,
the
everybody
2.0
walk like a
generation of
fucking
Silent Hill.
psychopath.
That helped me a lot. And I think that the level of design on this film is so high because it's made by people who knew the film and the game. So that's very gratifying and very emotional somewhere.
Christoph is really faithful and respectful to Silent Hill.
Is that what the first movie was called? Return to Silent Hill?
No, that's this one, this new one.
Okay, okay.
And we are working on their, let's say, the world treasure. I kept one of the main ideas of the first film, which is that all the creatures are played by dancers.
There's the mask.
If the first film has
I did not
aged
know that about the
badly,
first
it's
one.
because the creatures were actually
Which
in
is what?
front of the actor on the set.
He'll say
So
it.
all the monsters on this film
They were all
are played
like
by real persons.
dancers and
Physicists.
stuff.
They have
That's why the
that's
mon-
level of
people who would be able to just do like really weird fluid motions.
Oh, those are not easy motions to pull off.
No.
You have to be a professional. Look at that!
Yeah, your average. I think even your average stunt person wouldn't just know how to do that.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the awkward crawling in reverse, filmed in reverse.
Yeah.
So Akira Yamaoka, through his music, has given to the game more than just the sound. He gave the soul of the game. And I have a great knowledge about soundtrack, but I don't know any other music which could be like the one of Silent Hill. Yes, Akira Yamaoka is...
Oh my god, he's doing the game and this movie?
That's very important for me.
Oh, shit.
I'm working on his creation. I never forgot that. It's exactly like adaptation.
Oh, he's been busy then.
It's important to show respect.
I think it's cool how after all these years he's still making music for these games. I mean, he didn't consistently like the last few Silent Hill games, like he didn't, but like with Konami trying to like revive this franchise, he's back.
映画の完成が楽しみになりますね。ゲームとは少し異なる解釈で作られたもう一つのサイレントヒル2。ゲームと映画をぜひとも両方体験してみてください。
Little different from the game.
続いてはサイレントヒルシリーズの最新
Okay,
グッ
so
ズ
they're
情
not
報を
going to
ご
be
覧くだ
canonically
さい。
linked?
最初にご紹介す
Oh,
る
I
の
missed.
は
Oh
サイ
my
レン
god,
ト
an
ヒル2のグ
Android.
ッズです。まずはグッドスマイルカンパニーの商品です。
Pyramid Head.
リメイク版
Yeah,
サイ
an
レントヒル
Android.
2より
And Androids
シリーズ
are
屈指の人気クリーチャーレッ
they're
ドピラ
like
ミッド
the
シングがエメラル
competitor,
ドに
you
なって
could say
登場です。
maybe to
オプションパーツとして付
Funko
属
Pops.
する大ナタと槍を付け替えてお楽しみいた
They're
だける
It's
仕
all
様となって
gray. Do
い
you
ます。
paint them?
I don't know why that one's gray. It shouldn't be.
月光より犬エンド6分
They're usually not. They're usually colored.
予約受付が
I can't believe they're actually selling that.
始まります。
That is awesome.
Yeah.
全ては柴犬のミラが操作していたという隠しエンディング。通称犬エンドがスタチューになりました。
Isn't that spoilers?
単なるスタチューではなく、
Oh, come on.
貯金箱にすることで実用的なアイテムとなっています。ファナティックからはサイレントヒルに登場するさまざまなアイテムが実際の商品とな
I
って
love
登
that. I
場し
love
ます
that. Oh,
まずは
The coin puzzle
セット
set.
となります。
That is so
原作の
random.
サイレントヒル2においてブルークリークアパート105号室に
just
あ
the
る
collector's
ドレッサーの
coin
くぼみに入れ
set
る3枚のコインを
for
再
the
現しま
coins
した。
from a particular puzzle from the game.
Yeah.
That okay, I can see
Yeah.
that working.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. I gotta keep that in mind.
It's kind of like
Make a note of that.
it's kind of like being able to buy all the keys for like a Resident Evil game.
こちらも
Yeah.
原作のサイレントヒル2のブルックヘイ
Speaking
ブ
of
ン病院にあ
keys,
る
more
ルイー
keys,
ズ
a
パズル
purple
の
ball
箱を
key
開けるの
card.
に必要な
Oh,
パープル
shit.
キーカードを再現しています。5000点限定シリアルナンバーを封入してお届けします。
Oh my god, they're only 5,000.
ご紹介した2商品以外にもご覧のグッズをご用
Holy
意していま
cow.
す。
Okay, that's a
詳細
collector's
はファ
item.
ナティックの公式ホームページをご確認ください。
Seal of Metatron.
オフィ
Okay.
シャルコナミショップからの商品をご紹介します。まずはジェームスジャケットです。
Oh,
サイレントヒル2の主人公である
nice.
ジェームス・サンダーランド
Only
が
like
原作で着ているアウ
$600.
ターを再現したこちらのジャケッ
It's
ト
gonna it's
武
gonna
骨
be
な
so
スタイル
stupid
と
expensive,
ミステリアス
especially
な魅
limited
力を醸し出
edition.
しています。
Yeah.
謎めいた主人公を体現したい
Simple,
方に
but
は
with
ぴったりのアイ
mysterious,
テムです。
cool.
ジェームスのジャケットを着れば
What?
サイレントヒルの陰鬱
Yeah, I
な
love how
雰
they're
囲気を
not
感じられ
showing
るか
any
も
of
しれま
the
せん。
prices for any of these things because they want to
続い
get
て
you to like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I've got to go look
キ
at
ー
it
アートシャ
now
ド
and
ーボッ
then
クスです。リメイク版サイレントヒル2のキーアートを立
by
体
the
的
time you
に
see
再
the
現
price,
した
you're
シャ
like,
ド
I
ーボ
don't
ック
care, I
ス。
need it right
ゲーム
now.
の怪しげな雰囲気をご家庭のインテリアとして
Okay, I
楽し
do
んでい
like
た
the
だけます。
shadow box. That is a
Yeah.
cool
オフィ
piece
シャ
of
ルコナミショップでは
merchandise.
ご覧のグッズをご用意しています。
Oh, what was I supposed to
続い
write
て
down?
プレイステーション
Bar
5で
Neely's
無料配
cup?
信中の
Oh, that's
サイ
actually
レン
or
トヒル
glass.
ザ・ショ
That's
ート
actually
メッセージをご紹介です。
That is really cool.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about this the short message thing. It's on there. It's been there for like a couple of months and I just haven't gotten around to it. Someone in the chat was saying, how dare you spoil the dog ending. I knew it. Yeah.
そしてそのサイレントヒルザショートメッセージからも魅力的なグッズが登場いたします。月光より桜ヘッド6分の1スケールスタチューがただいま予約受付中です。コンセプトアーティスト伊藤正弘氏の
It's apparently an enemy in that short or something.
Is that a newer enemy? Oh, that
well,
could be cool.
The game they were just talking about the short message.
Oh, okay.
It's a PS5 thing.
Ah, okay. I like his little tickle hands.
続いてはサイレントヒルザショートメッセージオリジナルサウンドトラックです。サイレントヒルシリーズを手掛けてきた山岡明氏が
It's always neat when you can just listen to a game soundtrack, like when they officially release it.
80曲以上の大ボリュームの中にはゲームに入れられなかった未公開楽曲も収録されており、
80 songs? Oh my god. Oh, including things that weren't in the game.
現在
That reminds me,
Spotify や
like,
Apple Music など
the
の
biggest
各種音楽ダウ
soundtrack
ン
I
ロー
ever
ドサー
got
ビス
for a
ストリー
movie,
ミングサービスで
show,
配信中です。
game, whatever, was the Dot Hack
皆さんいかがでしたでしょうか。
Sign
サイ
soundtrack
レン
from the
トヒルシ
original
リーズの世
4
界
Dot
観を
Hack
表現した
games.
グッズをぜひお買い
It
求め
also
くだ
came
さ
with
い。
like a little disc with
それ
the
では
sound
最後に
effects.
本日ここまで皆さんにお届けしてきた中での一番のトピ
I
ッ
think
クスを
the
もう
Persona
一度。
5 soundtrack had like
サイレントヒル
150
2は
songs or something.
10
It was
月8日
ridiculous.
発売。
I'm like,
Shit.
そして本日
and I
か
was like,
ら
how?
予約開
Because
始と
like
な
I
っており
think
ま
about
す。
when I played the game and I just feel like
ぜ
I
ひ
just
皆
kept
さ
hearing
ん
the
こ
same
の配
5
信
songs
の後
over
に
and over
チェックをお
again.
願いしま
Were
す。
they just like different
本日
permutations of
は
the same
サ
like
イレント
core
ヒ
set
ル
of
2の
songs?
新し
I
い
don't
情
know.
報をお届けすることができて嬉しく思っています。ぜひ発売まで楽しみにしていただければと思います。またこのサイレントヒルトランスミッションでは今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。続報を楽しみにしていてください。本日はご視聴いただきありがとうございました。
Yeah, I figured it'd basically just be those two things.
Yeah.
No mention of any of because they have like at least 2 other games they were working on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, well there was one that came out. It was called Silent Hill Ascension. We're not going to talk about that because it was some kind of weird pay to win live stream thing that makes no sense. Like you can't even call it a game. I don't know. You'd have to look into it. Yeah, I was going to say Silent Hill F. Yeah, I figured they weren't going to talk about that. That's probably so many years out, Zitty. And oh yeah, what you said earlier about the person in my chat right now said that the actual Silent Hill streams chat is apparently atrocious. Like everybody just shitting on it, not even making sense. Apparently,
Oh,
according to him.
jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think to look.
Oh yeah. I don't want to look through that. Okay, let's I gotta look at the State of Play trailer. This one. Wait, are you watching my stream or were you watching? Sounded like you were watching my stream. Yeah, there was...
No. We were just watching at the same time, but I can get back
to
to
I will...
your stream now.
Oh, otherwise I was gonna send you that. Okay, whatever. This is from the State of Play that was like earlier.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
Wasn't she like the only one with a good head on her shoulders?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Whoa. Uh-oh. They did that in the demo today too, where they shot her in one knee and then shot her in the other, just to show that.
Oh yeah, they have like shot location damage.
I promise.
You can actually
Tell him
like
I'll
stun
be
enemies,
good,
quote unquote.
please. No, please.
I remember her being like less crazy than everything else, but
I mean, she would seem level-headed, but like she was actually just as fucked in the head as everybody else.
Oh, okay.
I actually like was reminded earlier today of a video that I think I'm gonna send you just to like kind of watch at your own time. It was just somebody just kind of like doing a retrospective on the game.
Okay.
That was it's like it's like a 40-minute like essay, but it's a really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting take on like the game that I'm not gonna get into it in stream because it's complicated and also I don't remember everything. Okay. Anyway,
That's cool.
yeah, it's
It's a long franchise, so don't worry about it.
yeah. A pure age. I am watching your stream. Oh yeah, Zidian. I'm on stream with my friend Technus. Yeah. We're going to, now that that's done, we're gonna do 3D modeling. Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, okay. Oh, anyway, yeah. Might as well just get to it. Okay, let me bring that up.
I'm adding little drippies to my frosting.
Oh, you've already got it open. I don't even have it open. Shoot, I forgot to mute that. Oh my god, how do I do that? Mute my wallpaper. That's such a weird thing to say. Mute my wallpaper. Okay. If I'd had time, I would have finished the icing. Because where we finished off with that other project last week, I was having issues with my icing. It was like coming out perfectly square for some stupid reason when it wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
And I said I was going to get to it, even though I knew that was a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking I was probably just better off starting over. Well, partly because repetition. It's actually mostly repetition. Because part of me thinks I should learn how to fix that issue. But
did you need to go through it again? We could start over from the beginning.
I don't have to start over from the beginning and just do the. I basically was starting the icing tutorial. We'll just go back to part 3. Yeah.
Did you guys know that Blender 4.0
But
had
we can speed
Blender
through it.
feature? Got our
Okay.
double clicking it in the outliner, and then you can
How to
actually,
name an
it's
object.
only selected annoyingly to move around. Yeah, we want the ice slightly. It's not gone. So it's with the normals that way. Make sure that put all the two boxes here, as I mentioned before, like this is to hide it from viewport. But if you want to just hide it from your edit mode, which is the state that we are in right now, the box next to it is the one that you uncheck, which means in object mode, when you're tabbed in object mode, you can still see it. But edit mode, it's, whoops, it
crashed on me. God damn it.
So if I was to select.
Damn it.
I was moving all of my little drippy. You can keep going for me.
These points
I'll
here and move it down. You can see that it's working, but it would be again a lot of effort to go round and round and do these one by one. So we want to use that old familiar proportional fall off tool again. So proportional editing on, and now as I move it down, let's just lower the slider way down here, and then let's pull this down. Okay, now we'll find issues. If we move to the side here, we can see the first issue we've discovered is that this is separating from our mesh here. And that's not what icing does. When it dribbles down, it follows the shape of the donut all the way down. So what we want to do is snap, undo it a number of times, snap the vertices to our donut underneath it, right? So for that, we need to turn on snapping up here. Okay, now there are a number of ways to snap in Blender. The default way is increment, which just means the like the grid floor there.
Yeah, Ziddy, I am learning Blender. We're both learning Blender, and then my personal thing is that eventually I'm gonna try and make my own like custom VTuber model, like because this is just a very common one from a program called Vroid, which is a very good program if you want to get started as a VTuber. And even if you're just, I mean, I could just live with this, but anyway, I'm going to do that. And then eventually I'm going to start making games. we're going to learn Unreal too, or at least I am.
Yeah.
I assume, yeah, Technus is also gonna, because why not? And then, yeah, I have a couple of game ideas. I mean, I have more than a couple, but only like a couple of them are like probably feasible.
I mean, what nerd doesn't have at least a couple game ideas, right?
Yeah. Well, one of them kind of came out of feeling like a bit of a necessity to not jump into like, the one that I really want to do, like a stepping stone. That's like one of the things that I keep hearing from people is to not start with your quote unquote magnum opus.
Yes, because then you look at your first game ever. Very much so.
Yeah, it's like your first game probably just is going to be a mess. I mean, I'm aware of it.
But it's okay. It can be a fun mess.
Part of me almost thinks I should start even simpler, like, as much as it would probably kill me inside. Like, part of me thinks probably wouldn't hurt for me to, like, try and come up with some kind of, like, mobile game or something that's stupid easy and would actually make me some, like, money.
Mobile games, I would say don't start off with mobile games because you have to program for the different devices and screen sizes.
It's true.
It can be a kind of a hassle.
I think especially on Android it would be hassle, probably not so much on iOS. But
not anymore, I don't believe. I think you're right. Like it used to when Swift kind of first came out. It had a lot of issues, but I think they've tightened things up a lot since then.
Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of getting somewhere with this. I don't really like that there. I like that. I don't know. I don't even know what I'd do. I don't even know what game I would do. It's more like just trying to think of some way that I could just get some like money coming in to kind of help support me, like, moving towards the things I actually want to do. You know what I mean? It's just a means to an end, but the reason it would be a mobile game is because this is also going into that whole, doing something easier first. Like, do something that's so easy that could maybe make money. Oh my god. That was the idea. I don't know. I'm playing around with it. I don't know if I actually want to do it.
My Blender crashed again. Damn it.
You're sure it's like not the computer?
It could be the computer.
I mean,
it could be the computer, yeah. Because there are a few issues that happen that cause the computer to crash every once in a while. It's an older computer,
Exactly. It's like, well, I thought I made it in 2017. It was actually 2018. Unless you're on the laptop, that's a whole other thing. I don't know. But,
the laptop's old too. I don't use it because
I think the laptop's even older. Laptop's even older than that desktop.
Yeah. That's okay though.
Yeah. you, I don't know. You may want to consider getting something.
Yeah, I've just gotta. I'm kind of waiting on like money from
Right.
my new business
Yeah,
venture
I
to
know.
come in,
That's what I
which
mean.
should
Like,
happen.
because it's like things are happening for you now. Like, you could
Yeah.
consider saving up for a new computer to help with content or help with streaming. The desktop maybe could still just be at the streaming computer.
I think.
I think it's just a little too old to really. Well, I don't know. It's too old and like I didn't maintain it well. That's for
Fine.
sure.
What I really need to do is just crack open my laptop and change out the fan, because I'm not using it because it's loud, and that's really the only reason.
That's true. Okay, Ash.
Yeah, like if you were to just like
I've moved stuff around.
move it around, you can see it's just
Oh, I
snapping
suppose
to
the whole time you could not even see what I was doing. I just realized that. Why am I? What?
It crashed again.
I need to change what is on my screen right now. I don't know why I didn't realize that. That totally didn't click to me at all. You gotta use Copilot on Edge and download the emulator, copy the phone BIOS. Oh, you were you gotta use Copilot on Edge and download an emulator to copy the phone BIOS to see if the game code works well on Android or something. So you're talking.
That's for device emulation.
Yeah, you're talking about emulating an iOS phone on my computer. That probably is a way to do it. I would think there'd be a way to test it like on my actual iPhone though. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know. I could look into it. I don't know. That's if I decide to even make a phone game. Maybe I would just do an iOS game because it'd be easier. Even though if I was still on Android, I'd be pretty pissed about that. But I guess.
I mean, it still does just kind of defend on the development environment that you're going with.
Yeah, exactly. I'm new, so I don't know. That's if I come up with anything. I can always just.
It's the extraction. This is the 4th time it's crashed when I extrude. When I extrude, it crashes.
So you think there's something about extruding in general that's maybe not even in general, maybe just something about extruding that object that it just doesn't like.
I think I got to save before each extrusion, because it won't crash on every extrusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me fuck around with the vertices first, and then I'll do all of my extrusion work.
Not sure if that would work on games. My brother has to do that for web development. Okay. That would explain why you know that.
Oh, web development. Well,
the whole thing that Dark Zidian was talking about.
You could develop a game that runs in a browser.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
And then you're just programming in JavaScript at that point.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I kind of want the money aspect, which I don't. Like, yeah, that sounds greedy, but the whole point of thinking of this kind of game at all is to get some kind of revenue coming in. Not because I have not because I even have a passion idea that involves a phone, because I don't. My passion ideas are like actual games. I mean, yeah, you can make an actual game on mobile, but yeah, of course I could. Yeah. Okay, I need to like figure out how to switch over to. How did I do that last week? I don't even remember.
Switch over to what?
Was it in the how I was streaming my?
Oh.
Because I tried doing it I tried doing it with Game Capture, but apparently Game Capture is actually for games. Because it was like Blender is not a game. What are you doing? I would just.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Probably just change the desktop streaming thing. Switch it over to Donut. Donut Blender. Oh my god. Okay. This is the donut that I'm working on. We can use a software like Itch or something that can handle 2D sprites. Sell it on. Use a software like Itch? You mean like sell on Itch? Yeah, do you mean sell on Itch as in the storefront? Because, yeah, I mean, a lot of people just put stuff on Itch. I mean, maybe. Oh, yeah, you mix up your words. Yeah. I mean, when I get like a full like actual game done, like there's no reason I couldn't just put it on Steam too. I could just put it on both.
Yeah, I never actually looked into what it takes to put a game on Steam. I know you have
I think it's $100.
Ugh.
The only reason they put the $100 on there was because everybody's putting like literally any kind of shovelware they could to get some money out of people. They were trying to, make a hurdle for those kinds of people.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Sexy Nick. Sure thing.
When you program in Swift, and then you try to release an app to the Apple App Store, it goes into like a code review process.
Yeah, I imagine Apple, unlike Steam, would be very strict about what.
They are.
I mean, I know they are. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I mean, I understand in the as far as like making sure that there's no like malware or anything on their storefront. I get that.
Which does reduce the amount. Oh yeah.
It's just reduce the amount of
Awful. But we want to snap it to.
I will say though, I think in the EU, was it? They just did a thing where they're either working on some legislation or it went through for forcing Apple to let people sideload apps onto their phone. Because it's like,
nice.
It's like, come on, you're like literally forcing everything through your app store. It's like if it's not on the app store, it can't be on your phone. And it's like, dude, this is my phone. Frig off. Oh god,
and that's a whole nother conversation, another political conversation.
It's
we don't
a whole conversation in general. Yeah, because the thing I hate the most about my phone, like this isn't political. The thing I hate the most about my phone is that I can't just access my files. Like I understand not accessing like the phone's files, but if I like if I download a picture on it or something, like I should be able to just find the picture. Like it feels like it's maybe it's just me not knowing how to use iOS, but it feels like a complete pain in the ass. And the one thing that I definitely know is easier on Android is that if my phone is connected to my computer and I want to put like a song that I'm working on my phone, I drag and drop the file into a folder.
Yeah.
And then Apple's like, oh, you got to download iTunes. You got to put it on your iTunes program, and then you got to figure out how to get it from the iTunes program onto the phone.
Because they want to control.
Everything. Like, bro, it's a freaking my own personal audio file. Like, frig off.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Glitch. I didn't know you were here. Oh, hey. Actually, I'm just genuinely surprised that you're here. I don't. Have you ever even been here before? I
new follower.
Yeah, no, it's not even a new follower. It's like, yeah, you know a glitch. I also know a glitch. We've been we met in a server like 5 years ago or something. Oh my, was it?
Okay,
no, it was like 4 years ago. I don't know. Okay, okay. I'm gonna actually hit play now.
And now with face snapping enabled, if we move this down, we can see, let's just look here, that the bottom bit is snapping to the face, but as you might have seen, the top bits, the rest of essentially what is inside of our circle of influence with this proportional editing, that's not being affected. Only the little point that we had selected was affected. So that's not what we want either. Normally that would be enough, but in this particular case, we want to also snap individual elements too. And let's go face project. Now, when we pull this down, you should see that these are also no longer clipping through the donut. But still, we have issues. Why is that? Well, It is.
Wait. Did I just like do a whole bunch of stuff? And then I have to like undo the stuff? Oh, shoot. I might have to.
No, this part of the tutorial, I think he's just kind of teaching you why he's doing the thing that he's doing.
Because I think... Because this is the part where, like, in my thing, it's just pointing straight down. It's not wrapping around the donut. I think... yeah, I think I need to actually Control-Z a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Oh my god. I did so much. Okay. Let's see if it works now. Oh. I mean, it's definitely different. Oh, shoot. Still kind of getting it.
Is actually working correctly. We can see these are not going through the mesh. So why does it look like it is? The reason for that is that there's actually just not enough information here. So if we go side on, you can see, right, like we've got this point here, and then we've got another point down here, and then we've got this long stretch in between, right? So that means that this part of the donut, oh gosh, that goes that goes around like that is just not, there's nothing to snap it to, essentially. So what we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, if we, I mean, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces, because here, where there was, one face before, you can see there's now a lot more, right? 4x, okay, 4x. Okay, so now if we pull down, we should see it is snapping. And if we go into this mode, you can see that it's now conforming to the mesh in a much more snug way, because there's information there for it to use. Now this shading artifact here that we can see, this don't worry about that, we'll fix that in just a moment. But I need to show, because I've shown you like 4 things that we need to enable for this to work. I got to show you one more, because if I pull down and if I scroll up,
oh, there we go, that looks better.
You'll see something. Okay, if I was to click, we get this horrible problem here, and I've done this tutorial on enough, and enough people have hit this issue that I need to call it out specifically.
I might as well watch
it seems to be a big point that a lot of people just don't know where to go.
I'm not having this issue.
What's happened is if we use a what's it called, the circle of influence for our proportional editing, if that is so high, it's actually high enough to reach the mesh on the other side of the donut. And then because we've got snapping, it's now projecting that, snapping it to the front, which is creating this like something that's a nightmare to fix. I mean, in fact, it's easier just to start from scratch than to try to fix that. So if we want, sorry, there's a lot of noise. To fix this, we need to hide the part of the mesh that we don't want to be
it's like H+
influenced
and H-,
by our,
right? To select
proportional tool, right?
So
to do that,
the
Control
there
plus.
is an easy way to do
Control
it.
plus.
We can actually do it very precisely.
I feel like
Control the select the verses.
He's going to say it in a second.
Alt and then do a left click. As I mentioned before, that selects
Alt,
the
left
ring.
click.
Okay, and we could do that all the way up, but actually, there's a little. I don't know if it's an Easter egg. It's kind of a cool tool that not many people know about. Control plus. That
you were right, it was
the
Control
select
plus.
more tool. And if you use Control plus, Control minus goes the other way. You can see that it's expanding out. So Control
H
plus
was
will just
probably
like
to
select
hide it
the
or
next
something.
vertice along a chain, roughly speaking. And you can see we can very quickly select all the parts of the mesh that we don't need. Right? Very cool. By the way, if Control plus doesn't work for you because you're on a laptop or something else, select more, less. You can also do it here. Anyways, to hide this part of the mesh, it's H. H for hide. So when you're in this state, it looks as though it's been deleted. It's very, sometimes you don't know where part of your mesh, and then you forgot that you've got hide turned on. If parts of your mesh are hidden and you want to bring it back, it's Alt H. So H to hide and then Alt H to bring it back. Or if you can't remember it for whatever reason, you can also find it. Okay, it's underneath mesh. There we go. Mesh. Reveal hidden or hide selected. Okay, so that's the other way. But you can get my keyboard shortcut. It's in the link. It's free. Just use that and then you won't forget a lot of these handy shortcuts. All right, so now finally, after all that, after 4 different ways and problems to explain, we can now take part of this mesh and drag it down, and it will work correctly. Haha. So now we get to now finally be an artist and go like, what sort of, edge or what sort of icing do I want to make this look like?
Oh, shit.
So what I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm hitting G to pull it down, and then I'm just single middle click, and then because my cursor is closest to the Z axis, it's now snapping it to the Z axis. So that's why I mentioned before that it's really handy. You don't have to think of the letter and type it in. You just go in the general direction you want to go, and then just tap the middle click of the, which is your scroll wheel, right? Middle click. It's such a weird button that you have to call it out. It's the scroll wheel button.
Okay, that's
like
good.
no other application seems to use it besides scrolling. But Blender is like, no, we're going to use it for like 90% of the operations is going to be middle click. But anyways, as you can see,
Okay.
I'm not.
I've got my
paying
frosting.
Particularly too much attention to it, but I'm just making a wavy looking shape around it.
Uh-oh.
You might also want to make some bits that go the opposite direction, right? And then maybe pull. So you've got like big shapes as well
Darn
as
it,
medium
I
shapes
thought I had it.
and some small shapes. Big, medium, small. It's the recipe for appealing design. Big, medium, and small details. But I digress.
Oh,
By the way, I should mention, if you're stuck, don't feel bad, because there was certainly a lot of finickiness going on with this donut here, and we're definitely in the steep part of that curve at the moment. Do make use of my Discord if you are stuck. I created it literally so that people could get instantaneous help. I don't have any other benefit for it, so it's there so that you can find help. Link is in the description, and there's like donut help chat room where you can post screenshots of your problem and then people can help each other out. So do make use of that. Now, our shading issue here, this darkened edge, is actually going to fix itself by fixing another issue. So it's a 2 birds, 1 solution kind of problem. This 90-degree edge here for this icing, not ideal. Everybody knows that a real icing would create like a rounded edge there, right? So we can fix that just by adding another subsurf modifier. Because you might remember I mentioned like, yes, if you've got 3 vertices, it'll create like another vertice here and another vertice here, but it'll also like round it out. It'll pull this one back, so you end up with a rounded corner. So right here in your modifier stack, we're going to go add modifier, generate subdivision.
Okay, actually I want to do some stuff first and then go back to that.
Okay, I've got all my extrusion done. Looks a little weird, but
it didn't
oh well.
crash.
Well, it crashed many times.
Well, I mean the last time.
And it crashed on the movement of the vertices, the complex movement of the vertices. So.
Oh, okay.
It's always weird when you get invited to functions like I got invited to a function that had people that I'm no contact with.
Oh yeah.
And it's like the person who invited me knew I was no contact with them.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. You still good?
Yeah, I'm moving stuff around.
Ah.
How's the modeling going? We're still relatively early in the tutorial. Although, to be fair, I went back. This is actually my second donut. This one went way faster. Like, it goes it went like what we did in like 3 hours last time. I did in like 20 minutes last night. So, I mean, once you know what you're doing, it can go way faster. But I'm also following a tutorial T for T. So, I mean, we'll see what happens when I start actually doing stuff on my own. Come on. Corey will be able to do a donut in like 2 minutes. You think so? I've apparently forgotten how to just move forward. Like, I'm literally zooming in and that's how I'm moving forward. I don't think that's working out anymore. I think that only goes so far.
Hold shift and then drag around with the middle mouse button.
Yeah, I do that and it pans. That's for panning. It's not for moving.
Because there's only a certain amount that you can really zoom in before it just stops you from zooming in.
Right.
So if you need to do that, you should pan the camera around, zoom out, pan the camera around, so that you can zoom more properly. I don't know how else to really describe it.
The camera controls can be a bit awkward. Yeah, there's a zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he said, there's a zoom. Or yeah, glitch in the chats. Game developer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he said that controls are a bit awkward sometimes. I just feel like
the tutorial made us do like a bunch of like weird drippy things for the icing, and now like I've got all the weird drippy things in the icing, and it looks weird. Doesn't look normal.
I think, well, especially it looks weird when you're looking at basically an X-ray of an object. It's like,
well, there's that too. Yeah.
Okay, I need to fix that. What was it again? Subdivision. And then it needs to go below solidify. Generate subdivision surface. And that's for, oh no, that's for the icing. Icing needs that. Oh wait. Except my names are mixed up. I don't know what happened. Like, the donut's called icing and the icing's called donut. And every time I tried to fix it, I don't understand. I don't know what I did. Like, it just keeps screwing it up. I was like, whatever. I don't care anymore. I'll just remember that this is that and that is this. Yeah, that happens.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Been using Blender for years, and while I honestly don't mind the viewport movement, I will say after getting into Unreal, I much prefer the way they handle it over there. It feels a lot nicer. You have to take your word for it. At least you didn't name someone's finger elbow and put that model in a commercial game. Oh my god, yeah, that would suck. Okay, modifier. I was gonna put music on and then I forgot. Okay, now I can do the subdivision, and it is underneath like I wanted it to be. Okay, let's music.
You got the ordering correct, yeah.
Yeah. What one was that again? Oh my god. What playlist was that again? This one, the one that literally says royalty free. And then where was the there it is.
Actually, what am I doing?
surface. Now, the order of these does matter, okay? You want your solidifier at the top and the subdivision after it. So Blender works top to bottom, and it's important it's in this way because you want the extrusion to happen first, and then in order to round that edge, it has to happen as a secondary step. So solidify on top, subdivision underneath. Now, whilst we're here and we're looking at the close-up, nice little profile of this edge.
This has the name of the modifier. Mine does not. Is it not? Oh, it's just... Never mind.
Of this icing. Another issue to call out, you can see it's got this this shape that goes around. Yes, so far so good. But then it goes up. And it's like, it would be better if it went around and then tucked in and touched the edge, because that would look more like real liquid would. So we can solve that by just changing one of the settings in the solidify modifier. It's not one of those things that you would figure out or know where it is. It's just over time you learn where some of these settings are. But essentially here, the edge data. So we want to change the edge data to say that before you do the solidify step, add a crease on the inner part right here. If we increase this all the way to 1, it now creates a sharpened edge just on that inner part there. So the rest of it is a smoothed edge, but the middle one, there's a crease, so it's making a sharp edge there. And it just gives it just a little bit more realism. Just looks a little bit closer to what you would imagine real icing would do. Okay, now for the cool bit.
I was going to mention your Blender looks really squished. Yeah, it's because this is on the 1080p drawing tablet that I'm doing the actual Blender on.
Oh, so that's how that's set up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have 3 different monitors, but 2 of them are for, one's for the YouTube video, the other one's for watching Streamlabs, and the third one is for Blender. I suppose if I wasn't streaming it, I would have Blender on one of the 1440s, but I could technically I think I tried having Streamlabs on the tablet, and it was just way too cramped because there's too much info. There's actually more info. I feel like there's more info to keep track of in Streamlabs than Blender. I guess it's more just the chats, but.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you're streaming across multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Ugh. So I like my mic stand, but the actual arm is too short. I need to get a longer arm for the mic stand.
You put
and then I need to.
Put that arm on the other arm. An arm extender.
Yeah, an arm extender could work. Yeah.
If those exist, I wasn't even serious. I was being an ass.
Oh, okay.
Having an arm for your arm. Make it longer, super long. Making Blender scale its UI according to the 1440p monitors, and then not fixing itself for some reason, which switched over. Yeah, I figured it was doing that, and then I just didn't bother to fix it. I'm like, whatever. If I can see everything, I can just slide stuff around. They let you just slide stuff around freely, so I'm like, whatever. I'll just slide stuff as I need to.
All right.
Play.
So, if you look at reference of donuts, right? Yes, you've got these little wavy bits, but where the icing is really liquidy, it'll often break off.
Oh, this is where I was struggling before.
And it'll create a trail that goes down underneath the donut, right? It just sort of drips all the way down. Whoops. Oh, the microphone.
You know what, Glitch, since you're here, so like my first attempt at this last week, I'll save this. And then I'll open the other one. So this part that he's doing in the tutorial. Oh, are you saying howdy to me? Just acknowledging that you're here and you heard me? Okay. Yeah. This part that he's talking about right now.
So we can do that, but
I have to remember exactly how to explain it.
If we just took one of these points and then like dragged it all the way down like that, there wouldn't be enough information there, right? You can see you just get this like stretched look, and it doesn't look great. Okay. So essentially we need to give it more information, and we couldn't just do it by like adding more and more subdivision surfaces. We need to actually like break this shape here and create.
Because it's this thing where he like wants me to take like 2 vertexes and like make more of them to make more, you know, like information for it to work with, so that I can have like, you know, basically just like a drip of it just like completely go down, you know, if it's like mimicking icing on a donut. And for whatever reason, I did that and it came out a perfect square. And I don't know what I did to do that. I did start just a different project, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I should probably learn how to fix whatever that issue is.
Okay, the when you extrude and it creates a whole new perfect square, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's because you have 2 vertices selected when you hit the extrusion function.
I swear that's what he said to do.
Which is what you're, yeah, it's supposed to create a whole new square because you're creating 2 new vertices that are connected to the main geometry. So when you pull those new 2 vertices, those vertices have to have edges that connect with the original 2 vertices, and that's how you get the new square.
Wait, what? Oh, I got split because like he was answering the chat. You know, he was answering and then you were answering, and then I was like, my brain was split. Because he said that would be because your subdivision is applied in this version. Oh. You're saying one of my modifiers is screwing it up?
I think it's because you're doing that after you have applied the subdivision modifier.
Oh,
But
so I applied a
think-
modifier that I shouldn't have done, and then that screwed it up.
Well, let's see. You're in object mode. Go to edit mode.
Where is it? Where's...
Oh, yeah.
Wrong
edit
object.
mode.
Wrong object. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do not have a subdivision. Wait, what?
I don't have subdivision there at all. Or wait, yeah, no, it's right here. Oh, for the icing? Yeah, for the icing. I have... Oh, no, I don't. I have a solidifier. Solidify.
Yeah, you have solidify.
The
but
donut
you
has
have not yet-
subdivision.
The donut has subdivision, but the icing does not have the subdivision that you need. So
I must have
I would
applied it and then deleted it, because I feel like I deleted something. That's probably what I did.
You know, I can't
Cause
see the vertices on your wrong object. Yeah.
Because the subdivision is like a thing where like you click it, it does it, and it's been done, and you can delete it, right? That's how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The subdivision creates extra geometry. Can you go into edit mode on your icing?
Oh no, I was on the icing. Okay, yeah. This is the project from last week, by the way. Technus.
Okay.
I'm just making sure you...
And,
yeah. I didn't know if that got lost or not. I just want to know what
what you did is you applied the subdivision. So you want the subdivision still active on your modifier list. Because then that works in conjunction with your solidify.
But if I
which gives it
add it now after it's been done, would it even do anything? Is it just too late?
It might be too late.
Oh, well, then that's okay. We'll just go back to the other project. I just want to know what I did, if there's anything I could... Like, if the answer is it's too late, that's totally fine. I'll just keep that in mind going forward.
Oh, well... Instead of extruding 2 vertices, try extruding 3 vertices.
Well, I can't undo anything because this is a saved project.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can delete those 2 vertices that are hanging out there.
Oh, okay.
You just delete them, and then it won't look weird. And then select 3 instead of 2.
Why the heck can I like?
But now you've got the donut. Okay.
And then delete vertices.
Yeah, just hit the delete key.
Okay, and then click 3 of them, right? Like that.
Yep.
And then, is it E?
E, yes.
Oh, hold
so
up.
there's subdivision, the process, and subdivision surface, the modifier. but at its core, subdivision just takes a mesh, multiplies the poly count by the subdiv count, smooths it out according to the data found on the vertices, and normals increases, etc. Yeah. Okay, and then you press E on your keyboard and then move your mouse down. And with the solidify, it should stick to the low. Yeah, it's sticking. Cool.
I mean, yeah, it's doing that part right, but it's also still a square.
Now select the middle vertice, and then just drag the middle vertice down. And I think I might know why.
They're all just going together.
Oh, yeah, they will a little bit.
Oh my god! What I do? What I do?
There.
Oh god.
Oh god. All right. Well.
Yeah, it's definitely wrapping around. Like it's
okay.
Just...
Now show me in a mode where we can see the, I don't know, the non. What the fuck is it called?
The best I got. The modifier there.
Viewport shading. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Viewport shading. Okay. I think the issue is on the solidify. I think you're giving yourself too sharp an angle. The modifier can be there while you work on a low poly mesh, which generally makes the process easier until you're ready to apply it. Once you apply it though, yeah, there's usually no going back unless you undo or decimate the mesh.
So we're gonna say that yeah, this one's a bust. So just go back to Donut 2. All right. I just thought it'd be a teaching I say teaching, I mean a learning moment for me.
It was a learning moment.
Yeah. And to answer the earlier question, yeah, you can add subdivision modifier to a mesh that's already been subdivided so long as your computer can handle the extra polygons. It probably can.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you can do it again, but just make sure that it can do it. Okay. Don't save. Dude, I don't even care about that one anymore. Okay.
Create a new shape that goes down. So we need to extrude. So
okay, so now we're gonna now we're doing extruding. Okay. So everything's good to go, right? I've got the solidify, I've got subdivision right below it. You know, they're in that order, solidify and then subdivision. And I should not screw anything up extruding. We're gonna find out. Yeah.
By holding down Shift. I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, if you want to select two things at once, it's Shift select. Anyways, so if we select two vertices like that, we want to extrude it downward by hitting E. So when you tap E, it's similar to G in that you're in a placement state now, saying where do you want to place this? So I'm going to move it down to, yeah, like about there where I want the trail to stop. And I'm just going to do click, left click, and it's now placed it there. Now, it's hard to see it, but if I just switch to wireframe, you can see what it's doing. So it's created this breakaway shape here, an entirely new face that's completely separate to what we've got there currently. And what this means is if you go to object mode, you can see it's not just like continuing this form here, it's pulled it down.
Just make sure you have the right mesh selected in the oh yeah, right? Yeah, I did double check that. I say I double check that, but I'm not actually 100% it's right. Wait, yeah, no, it is. Well, it's gotta be, right? Yeah. Oh my god, I feel like I'm getting confused by these vertices though. I'm like seeing vertices from both objects. Is that normal?
If you are, and yes, it is normal, but you can also, in the top right, if you're getting a little overwhelmed, you can hit that eyeball icon and it will hide.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
The object, so you can isolate the one that you want to work on.
Oh wow, yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah.
I suppose I should pick a spot. How about right here where there's nothing going on? And then you hit E, and oh, it's not doing a perfect square anymore. Oh, is it like going straight down though? That's the thing. That is the thing. It's absolutely doing that. So you hide the object. It's just visually, it's visually hiding it, right? Or is it like actually making it disappear? Because it seems like
it is visually hiding it, but then you can also not work on it while it is hidden, so it keeps it safe.
Because I think that's disable in renders. No, that's oh no, that's not it. Okay, I just wanted to. Yeah, okay, I'll just bring it back.
Just make sure
I suppose I could just keep hiding and. Oh yeah. Oh, we said more. Just make sure. Oh yeah. So.
Oh, you had multiple objects selected at the same time.
You have to leave edit mode to select a different object. Okay. And what you just did was select both objects and go in edit mode. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I wondered about that. Okay, so I did do something. Real quick. Exit edit mode and then select only the icing. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Yep, that's what I wanted. That was good to know though too. Okay, but I think what you suggested, Technus, was like actually, like you said, protecting it so that it wouldn't be affected or affect anything. Oh. Where are you going? Where are you going? Why do you look different now? Oh, okay. Like, maybe like right there. I got you. Yeah, thank you. That should be good. Yep, that looks good. But also feel free to tell me to shut my trap if I prattle on too much. Get in the way. No, you're not gonna get in the way at all. Because even if Technus is like giving, you know, his insight, like, I mean, between the two of you, like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Technus is also, I mean, Technus is learning with me here, even though he does have some like experience from like a lifetime ago. So,
yeah.
So I mean, you'll be helping him too, if it's something he doesn't know.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Let's do another one just cause. Yeah, it's like once you do it, then it's like so easy and it's like you want to do it more. Except I screwed it up so there somehow. Do my best to help. Thank you. Is that right, or am I crazy? No, I'm not crazy. That actually looks off a little bit. Also playing Star Rail on the side, so I might be delayed. Yeah, that's fair. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to finally go back and I'm about to make time to do the story. And then I gotta do some of this extra stuff that you guys have been doing that I haven't been doing. I've been putting it off.
Oh, the drippy stuff?
Oh, I was talking to Glitch about Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right, which is
I get
exactly
it.
what we want. And in fact, I wanted to go even further than that. So I'm going to select those two vertices. I'm going to pull it down again, and then I'll do it again. And the reason I've done this 1, 2, 3 is that this detail here is important so that it conforms to the shape of the donut. Because if there's not enough, you're going to have that clipping issue that I showed you earlier. So that's pretty good. And now we're going to do it again. Originally, in my earlier versions of the donut, I only did like one of these, but then I noticed that in the render, the final render, it's often the most interesting part of the donut. So now I'm thinking, yeah, just do it all the way around the donut. just add the bit that looks cool. Add more of that. So here, so wherever there's essentially like a big dip is what I'm looking for. Like where the liquid would sort of build up and then like the surface tension there would be just too much and then it would break away. It would go down underneath like that. And we'll do another one here, why not? Like that, and down, and down. And that's pretty good. Haha, lovely. So that concludes, finally.
Okay. I am ready to move on to part 2. Or 4. Techness.
Okay.
I mean, if you're busy, I'm just telling you that's where I'm at.
I was just fucking around.
Okay.
I'm ready to move on.
Congrats, you didn't give up. You made it to part 4. You clicked on the next part of the video. There's always like less viewers each video as you go down. So you're here, well done, thumbs up. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're gonna learn about sculpting. But first, I should call out, if you have a problem with your mesh now, those problems can be amplified the further you go along.
Oh, thank you.
So it helps to do a technical check now. Make sure you don't have any problems before we move along. So to look for it, go into edit mode. And first of all, by the way, if you can't see that middle part of your mesh, it's because you remember we temporarily hid it. So you can bring it back by hitting Alt-H, and that will bring back the rest of the mesh. And then we're looking for issues with the mesh, like right here. So this is a really common problem following this tutorial, because when you're projecting parts of the mesh, if it was like side on to the camera, it will project it that way, and then you can have like overlapping parts of the mesh. So that creates this artifact here, which will be exaggerated when we add more detail to it. So we just want to drag that back. So turn on snapping, and I'll keep proportional turned off, and then I'm just going to move this back over here just to move each of these points back. Another very common problem is you might have parts that have separated from your mesh. Now you can quickly fix this if you just like selected the point and then hit G to move it. When you're in that state, it's also snapping it to the mesh. Now you could do that all the way along, like select, tap G, then click, select, tap G, then click. But anybody's got time for that. Let's make Blender do the work for us. So there's a tool that's just designed for this, and it's called the Shrink Wrap Modifier. So over to our trusty modifier stack, we're going to add yet another modifier. So add modifier. It's not under generate, it's under deform, which we haven't accessed before. New modifiers. Ooh, the one we're looking for is shrink wrap. And first of all, hasn't done anything because it's first.
Oh yeah, I don't have to do that.
To know what the target is. What is the mesh?
This looks good. Yeah, I don't have to.
Shrink wrapping our mesh to. So with this little eyedropper tool, you can see when you've clicked it, my cursor's changed to an eyedropper. And now if I hover over objects, I got the name of it. So I want to click on the object that is the donut, and now it's snapped to the donut and made it worse. Why, Andrew, would you make us do that? Remember, the order of your modifier stack matters. So the reason this happened is because we've done it after the solidify mod. So if it works top to bottom, we want the shrink wrap to happen before any of the extrusion happens. So now that it's there, it's correct. And this is what it looks like before, and this is after. And it's subtle, right? And you'll probably see this across your mesh, like little subtle changes where maybe it just separated off the mesh, which wasn't quite a perfect alignment, but this will just correct that. So great, we don't need this here now. We can just apply it because it was just a once-off operation, and now all our mesh should be perfectly flat. And assuming you haven't got any other issues going on, again, make sure you use my Discord. If you do have issues and you need someone to help, make use of the community. So use that and post your problem, and I'm sure people can help out. All right, so we want to do some sculpting. Now, why do we want to sculpt? Well, because if you look at reference photos of donuts with icing on them, you'll see that icing is...
You may not have to, but it is still a good way to learn. And shrink wrap. Yeah, oh yeah, that's why I was watching anyway, because it's like, I don't need it right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to need it someday. I'm definitely going to need it someday.
It's obviously a liquid, and liquid...
It's like, even if I don't literally remember how to do it, I'll at least remember, oh yeah, he said that in one of those videos. I gotta go back and look for it.
Does weird things. One of the weird things that it does is that it will pool in certain areas. It's not like a uniform amount all the way on it. So the most obvious being like at the end of this trail here, there would be more that would accumulate at the end there. And I think the reason
I have a
for it is
question.
because it's a viscous.
Yeah.
What did he? So he's putting the target of the shrink wrap is the icing or the donut?
I think it was the icing.
Okay.
It was definitely.
And then
Or wait, was it?
did he?
Oh shoot! Actually, maybe I should just go back. You can just go watch it again.
All right, so we want to do some sculpting. Now, why do we want to sculpt? Well, because if you look at reference photos of...
Oh yeah, this whole tutorial is about sculpting. I forgot
You'll
about
see
that.
that icing is obviously a liquid, and liquid
Or this whole part.
does weird things. One of the weird things that it does is
Oh,
that it will...
glitch has donut. The donut is the target of this of the.
The donut. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Okay.
Target is donut. Okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
writing stuff down. Okay, that's good. I'm not doing that. That's a good idea.
So
You're smarter than me.
The icing modifier goes on, or the shrink wrap modifier goes on the icing, but the target is the donut. If I'm processing that correctly, right?
I think the goal is to make the icing look better, but the target is the donut. You do that. Wait, is that right? The modifier goes on the icing. The target is the donut. Okay.
Okay. Cool. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
I second guess myself on everything. So.
Oh yeah, me too.
pool in certain areas. It's not like a uniform amount all the way on it. So the most obvious being like at the end of this trail here, there would be more that would accumulate at the end there. And I think the reason for it is that because it's a viscous fluid, once it runs out of enough fluid, there's not enough to kind of push it forward, but there's enough for it to build up. So you would have like a build-up here on each of these ends, but you would also have build-ups all along the edge. And you can see it in reference photos. Like here, we've got this like clear, was it like a glaze? And basically the areas there where it looks whiter, that's a thickened area. So we essentially want to replicate that across our donut. So we can't do that currently. Like if you go into edit mode, we don't have any mesh to work with because the extrusion, the thickened part is happening via this modifier. So we need to make the modifier real. So again, we're just going to apply it. Drop down, apply. Now in edit mode, we have that part of the mesh to work with. So,
shoot, I missed that.
Make the modifier real. So again, we're just going to apply it. Drop down, apply. Now in edit mode.
Oh, it's just solidify again.
Modifier's disabled. What? What? Why is my modifier disabled?
I don't know. Are you in edit mode?
No, I'm in object. Oh, I can't target the donut. What? Why can't I target the donut? On my shrink wrap, I cannot.
Oh, in the shrink wrap.
Donut. Why can't I do that?
That is weird.
We have that part of the mesh to work with. So,
I'm not like actually moving on. I'm just trying to see this part.
Could, if you wanted to, come in here and like select the points that you want to add, you know, a bulge to, and then very carefully come in and tap G, and then I've got snapping turned on. Turn that off. Pull this out, right? And go like that and go.
Well, I guess that's actually the next part he's moving on to. Is the modifier on the icing for yours, Technus? Is the modifier on the?
Yeah.
Because Glitch is saying that's strange. If that is the case, like apparently that shouldn't be happening.
That should not. I'm gonna save and quit again.
Okay. Wait, wouldn't saving make the problem permanent?
I can just remove the modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. That's. Object mode, donut. Let's hide that. Icing. Oh, do I have to? I have a subdivision that's still active. Did he apply that subdivision on the icing?
don't know. What did he just do?
I'm gonna say he did.
What he applied just now was solidify.
So he's got a subdivision. He's got a solidify.
Yeah,
So
I
since
think
you
the
wanna
solidify is
we
what
don't
he
have- So we need to make the modifier real.
applies
So
right
again,
here.
We're just going to apply it. Drop down, apply. Now in edit mode, we
See,
have
the
that
subdivision's
part of
still
the
there.
mesh
He did
to
the
work with.
solidify.
We could, if you wanted to, come in here and like select the points that you want to add, you know, a bulge to, and then very carefully come in and tap G, and then
You doubt it? If we're sculpting.
I got it now.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
It looks like shit though. I'm seeing the thing that makes it look like crumpled aluminum foil. How did he fix that?
Oh god.
Oh, he moved it above the subdivision? Yeah, that's what he did. Okay. Now I've still got some surface artifacts. Shit. What did he do after he applied the shrink wrap?
Oh man, this chat is so delayed. Yeah, it is delayed. And that's on Twitch too.
Oh wow.
Actually don't even know. Is chat usually that delayed on Twitch?
It can be a little delayed. Oh hey, I think I got it figured out. I just needed to up the offset. What did he?
I don't think
did
he
something with the offset.
I think he just applied it. I don't think he did anything with it.
was it like a glaze?
I
And
mean,
basically the
I
area
suppose-
there where it,
Oh, he hasn't done
so
anything with
we
it.
can
Okay.
extrude it, though.
To get
Again,
to where
we're just gonna
he.
apply it. Drop down.
Oh yeah, you don't even get to see
Now
what he
in edit
did.
mode, we have that.
Yeah, you don't even get to see his settings. It's just he applied it.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I'll
The
just
doubt-
offset a little bit.
That part of the mesh.
Oh, the doubt was towards applying the subdivision. Yeah, I don't think he applied the sub. It was
He did not,
solidify.
yeah.
It was
So,
solidify.
We could, if you wanted to, come in here and like select the points that you want to add, you know, a bulge to, and then very carefully come in and tap G, and then, oh, I've got snapping turned on. Turn that off. Pull this out, right? And go like that and go, yep, there's a little bulge there, but that's very tedious to first select a point, then tap a key to move it. It's very tedious. So that's really like you just need to use another tool to do the job. So edit mode is one tool, and it's good for like very precise things when you need to get precise things. But for more like organic shapes, more freehand stuff, that's where sculpting comes in. So at the top here, we've just been flipping between object and edit mode, but the one underneath it is sculpt mode. So when we go into that mode, you'll see that we have on the left-hand side all of these tools that appear. And I mean, this isn't a sculpting like tutorial, really. We're just really going to scratch the surface. But they do different things. Different sculpt.
Where's sculpt mode?
In the top left,
Oh, like
there's a drop down.
instead of a object or edit.
Yeah. Oh, and I
Oh yeah.
I had to fuck around with the settings, but I think I figured out something that I like.
I somehow just accidentally opened up DaVinci.
Oh.
Oh no.
I had to
Okay.
change the projection of the shrink wrap, and then it worked for me. But now I'm in sculpt mode.
Yeah, I am too now. This is the part where I could use the tablet if I felt like it, but I'm just gonna learn the process first, and then I'll work my way to that.
Yeah.
Things. Like, let's just use the default tool here. Can't really see much happening. Let's just turn up the strength and the size of it. Like, it just pulls out that part of it. And even that quick little one stroke, imagine if you had to select each of those points and pull them out one by one. Like, that's why this tool is the appropriate tool for this kind of job, right? Because it very quickly can enable us to add lots of complex shape. Very cool. So, the tool that we're looking for is actually...
This is the thing where my understanding, the downside to sculpting is that it gets super resource intensive the more you use it on a project.
Okay.
Like, you could have like the most powerful like rig, and if you do too much of it, it eventually would just bog everything down.
It just killed
Yeah.
my blender. Oh god, I don't know when I saved last.
Oh god.
Shrink wrap. I think I'm here. This is on the icing. Let me.
The upside.
Oh crap! I can't remember. Yeah, the upside. What?
I'm gonna say the upside of this is there's no chance that you're gonna like do like 2 hours of this and then it crashes because you're not gonna make it that far.
Yeah, I'll just continue saving as I go along desperately. Let's see. I want to take a closer look at this little element here.
It can. Oh, Glitch is adding in on the sculpting thing. He says it can, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Wait, my donut is inflating. What the
Straight
fuck?
Straight edit mode can be equally as intensive if you're fucking about the wrong way. Okay.
It's this one, the inflate brush, which is just conveniently the I hotkey, inflate.
I saw the word inflate and I got like
Oh god.
I got like DeviantArt Vietnam flashbacks.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Word of advice, don't ever look up characters on DeviantArt. It's not a good time. I'm just
or
like,
it might be a good time.
I was just like, oh, I see some neat fan art of like, I've seen neat fan art of some characters I like. I want to like look up other characters, and then you just scroll down enough and you see something you really didn't want to see.
By the way, if you want to change the size of brushes in Blender, I mean, you've got these ones here, you've also got the strength slider here, but there is a hotkey just to change the size of the brush with F. So F to change the size of the brush, and you just pull out with your cursor to make it bigger, and then pull in to reduce it, and then do a single left click to confirm. You can also change the strength with Shift F. So Shift F, pull out, click, and then Shift F, pull in, click. Anyways, so if I was to draw on this, you can see that I'm inflating that edge. I could also inflate here, but you very quickly realize, like, look at that. Look at that. What is that, right? The eye is gonna see that. As a pro tip, your eye is like, if you're going low res, don't go low res for things that are round, because your eye is very quickly going to spot low poly things. Actually, just last night I was playing Spider-Man, the Miles Morales one, and there was like this coffee cup that was on a table, and then you walk, and it looks fine, like as a background asset, but then part of it, the mission, you had to go up and read something on the table, and you had to get close to this coffee cup, and it was like 8 vertices. It just looked like almost looked like a nut on a wheel of a car, right? Just like that jagged.
Oh.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is this is a rounded form, so we need more information. We need more detail to sculpt on. The reason this is jagged and the reason there's not enough detail here is that just even though we have a subsurf modifier, a subdivision modifier, it's applying it after we do the sculpt mode. So when you're in sculpt mode, it's still just using your raw mesh here, and then it does this as a secondary step. So if we want to sculpt into this detail, we need to apply this. So I'm going to use more than one. I'm going to use 2 because I want to have even more detail. So importantly, by the way, if you're applying a subdivision modifier, even though you've got 2 levels here, it will always use just the viewport. So your render amount here could be whatever, but when you hit apply, it's just going to apply whatever is in the viewport. So I'm going to go 2 levels and hit apply. Now look at this. Whoo. We have 16 times.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna read. Game props are expensive as hell if you make all of them super high quality assets. That's fair.
Yes, that's very true.
Times the detail, because we had level 1, which would be 4x, a 4x multiply, and then 4x of 4x, 16. So we have 16 times the vertices to play with. So now when we go into sculpt mode, look at it now. When we sculpt, look at that. So much more room to work with, and much more fun. So now that I'm in that state, I'm going to just do little circles with this brush.
Pause it real quick.
on each of these points.
Yeah, I need to like actually figure this out too. Okay, so
I just got caught up. I had to fix my project again. So
yeah.
Oh, so he's in inflate. Okay, that's a shortcut by. Did he do anything else?
He showed how to change like the size of the brush. Like F changes one thing and okay, we're going back.
Even more detail. So
Is it here? Oh,
by the way,
here.
if you want to change the size of brushes in
So it was F and then
Shift F,
Shift F.
pull out, click,
Shift
and
F.
then Shift F, pull in, click. Anyways, so if I was to draw on this, you can see that I'm inflating that edge. I could also inflate here, but you very quickly realize, like, look at that. Look at that. What is that, right? The eye is gonna see that. It's a pro tip. Your eye is like, if you're going low res, don't go like more detail to sculpt on. The reason this is jagged, and we need more detail
Control Z.
to sculpt on. The
I know,
reason
Control
this is
Tab?
jagged, and we need
The heck?
more detail to sculpt on.
What was that? What was that radial menu he brought up? Control Tab. Did he even mention that, or did he just do it?
He barely. I didn't even register it.
Yeah, I was
still
like, when the
trying
hell
to
did he
figure
do that? You can just do that, Control Tab, and then it brings up a radial menu?
Control Tab, radial menu, and then he's got object mode.
I do not have a
waypoints,
radial
vertex
menu.
paint, texture paint, edit mode, sculpt mode.
I do not have a radial menu when I do Shift Tab.
Control Tab?
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay. That's just to change out. Yeah, we still want to be in sculpt mode. That's interesting to know. Okay.
The reason this is jagged and the reason there's not enough detail here is that just even though we have a subsurf modifier, a subdivision modifier, it's applying it after we do the sculpt mode. So when you're in sculpt mode, it's still just using your raw mesh here, and then it does this as a secondary step. So if we want to sculpt into this detail, we need to apply this. So I'm going to use more than one. I'm going to use two because I want to have even more detail. So importantly, by the way, if you're applying a subdivision modifier, even though you've got two levels here, it will always use just the viewport. So your render amount here could be whatever, but when you hit apply, it's just going to apply whatever is in the viewport. So I'm going to go two levels and hit apply. Now look at this. Ooh, we have 16 times the detail because we had level 1, which would be 4x, a 4x multiply, and then 4x of 4x, 16. So we have 16 times the vertices to play with.
Okay,
so
I see.
now when we go into sculpt mode, look at it now. When we sculpt, look at that. So much more room to work with, and much more fun. So now that I'm in that state, I'm going to...
Nothing is happening when I do that.
Oh, let me see your stream.
Actually, like, the only way it was changing earlier was because I just kept clicking it and clicking it.
You're still on the donut. You need to be on the icing.
Those are my names. Those are my names. My names are mixed up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, literally, donut is icing and icing is donut. I tried fixing it. It just told me to fuck off. I don't know. It literally just kept undoing whatever I changed.
Go to edit mode. I want to see your vertices.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, it definitely did something.
Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Oh, you've got vertices selected, so you can only work on those vertices.
Should probably fix those. Yeah, I screwed it up.
You just need to deselect the vertices you've got selected because you're applying the sculpt mode to unselected vertices, and that accomplishes nothing.
So, whoa, what did I just do? Oh, whoa,
that's the paint select, yeah.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's so nice. It can be so nice.
So do I want to do this?
You don't need to have anything selected. Just deselect. Just click anywhere. Oh, God, that's... I mean, yeah, you could select everything.
Yeah.
That'll. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I deselected everything.
Okay, that should do it. Go to sculpt mode.
That does nothing.
And your radius is extremely small. Increase your radius to like 50 pixels. And then bump your strength up to like 0.7.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it's oh no. Okay. If I move it enough, then it does something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, if Blender ever stops you from renaming something, it's because it doesn't like when two of the same type. Yeah, and that was exactly what I was doing. I was basically, I had a moment where like they both were called icing, and I figured it'd get butthurt about that, but I thought like.
Oh my god, the sculpting is so nice on these little drippy bits.
Yeah, so if I just did like icing 1, probably it would then I could fix it.
Call one goober, then call the other one icing, then call the goober donut.
Call one pee-pee, call one poo-poo. Just name one, something random, and then that's what that boils down to basically. It's like
This is so nice.
I could probably bring that down a bit. Okay, yeah, that's neat though. Dude, that is gonna be so sick once I like actually figure out how to use the drawing tablet with that. Oh my god.
That's a little too much.
Let's see what else he says.
Circles with this brush on each of these points here. And the reason I'm doing like little circles like this is that by default the stroke state is space. You can switch it to airbrush if you want, and then you can just click and hold it there, but I find that to actually be like harder to control, so I just keep it in space mode and then just do like little circles, and then that enables you to just kind of continue adding more pressure as you move your mouse. So a little circle like that, and there you go. Very quickly.
Yeah, drawing tablet.
We have a more interesting
sculpting, texture painting goes hard.
Yeah,
I bet.
Across it. So another brush, another tool, I guess you call it. Is it a brush?
I forgot you have the exact same tablet that I got.
But anyways, another one that you use all the time is grab, and conveniently it's the hotkey G. And what this does is just like pushing clay with your finger. It's like It's
wait, which one?
The reason I'm doing this
G.
is I'm actually just exaggerating
Just nudge shit. That's so
the
nice.
design. Because that is what makes appealing design. It's exaggerating the addition and subtraction that you see in a shape, even though in the real world you might not see this like tapered thing like that. Because it's got this bulbous end, you want to draw more attention to that kind of globule at the end there. And to do that, if you just make this.
Oh my god, I'm in love with sculpt mode.
It can do that.
Yeah.
And we get to learn about a new tool in Blender, which is the whole point of this tutorial. So.
I like how it's the same button, but this is like the sculpt version of it.
Yeah.
Just clicking, dragging, click.
Because you're effectively doing the same thing we were doing in edit mode when we hit G.
Size of the
And it's so much faster.
Yeah.
And, you've got more time than me, so maybe make this better than what I'm doing really quickly. But just get, generally a shape like that, and it should look a little nicer. Okay, so now let's do that raised edge all the way around the rim of this. Now, in previous versions of this tutorial, I said just use the inflate brush and then just like draw across it. The problem with this is that this is so imprecise, and you can accidentally like draw over another bit, and then you look at it side on and you get these like noticeable like divots across the donut, and it's not very it's very hard to do because you keep like accidentally clicking off it and then on it, and you get this like jagged like dig. It's not very appealing, the point is. So let's go back. We can learn about it.
Both modes have their strengths and their weaknesses. Really depends on what you're doing.
Another tool.
Yeah,
It's
true.
Another excuse to learn about another tool, and that tool is called the mask tool. So it's actually in the list here, but I never remember what it is. It's just hit M for mask, and it's this one. And what this enables you to do is, if you just draw on it, you get this grade shape, right? And then when you're using another tool, like say you switch to the inflate brush now, and if you draw over this, let me just increase this. Yeah, if you drew over this, you can see it's applying an inflation to everything except the area that is dark. And that's how you can create like, you know, a skin lesion on a zombie or something like that. So a mask is very useful in sculpting, used a lot. And we're going to use it in just this case. What we're going to do is mask out just this area along the rim there. And then we're going to apply a constant inflate value to just the area that we've masked. So first use the mask tool. Mask. And it doesn't really make sense to use like a half opaque mask. So
I only just now realized the numbers on the top, and that's how you knew exactly what my radius and strength were. I was wondering about that, but I didn't. I was just
we're gonna set the strength.
But you know, actually, and then before we get into this, let's take a break.
Oh God, you're right. It's it. Yeah, you're right. It's
yeah, we did a lot. Let's give our brains a rest.
Okay. We'll be back. We're gonna take a break. Break time.
Yeah, break time. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Okay. No. Okay. Give me 2 seconds here.
At 100 because it doesn't make sense to use anything less than 100.
That was what he was getting to, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use a brush size about here. So essentially, where do I want the inflation? Like, do I want this much inflation on the rim? No, probably something about here. And then I'm just going to paint a darkened value all the way across it. I just want to make sure that it's, fairly even. It doesn't have to be completely perfect, but fairly even across it. And
I'm not seeing anything on mine.
Oh, let me see your stream. You're on Donut. Your radius is really high. You just want to paint a little.
His radius is 142.
Oh, also, you are in a different mode. You are in viewport shading. You want to be in viewport shading solid. Because you're currently in material preview. You want to be in view. It's in the top right, next to where that sculpt mode icon is. It's the circle on circle icon. Just drop down.
Oh. This?
Yeah. Oh wait.
No?
No,
Or do you mean
that's the
this?
overlay.
Oh.
I'm totally looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. But yeah, like for some reason you can see your objects are transparent. And I think that might mess around with what you're trying to do.
Oh, you're right. His is way more solid than mine. What did I do to do that? Yeah, I've been kind of wondering how I make that actually solid. I can look at what
I forget how to actually manipulate
my options. Yeah, my options look the same as his.
Options. What is going on there then? View multi-layer? No, that's right. Scene. Glitched, if you've got any insight on why Yuki's assets are transparent, that would be great.
I feel like he probably would have said it by now if there was. He might be focused on Star Rail too. I don't know. I got 2 viewers. Who knows who the 2 are?
Oh yeah. Object gizmos, default, viewport overlays, text info.
It's been like that the whole time too, and I just didn't really think anything of it. And it's like now that you say it, it's like yeah, it actually is pretty.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So there's a blue square next to the X-Acto knife icon.
Oh.
It's X-ray mode.
Oh my god, I've been in X-ray mode the whole time. And you know what? Sure enough, then there's...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's a chunky donut.
Okay. I completely forgot about that. Man. Yeah, that would explain it.
That's a nice amount of icing on a donut, I'm not gonna lie.
This is great. Yeah, it is. It's a very aesthetic donut.
Very aesthetic donut.
Aesthetic.
You just gotta throw it back, man.
It's like aesthetic, but like everything's spaced out and it's italicized.
Yeah. Painting the donut.
So we're just
cool.
wrapping around the whole thing.
Yeah, he said like a short edge, but you've got a lot to work with, so I'm kind of curious what a fat edge looks like on a fat donut.
Obviously don't want it to be in this part because that, you know, the liquid has flowed all the way down and it's broken the trail and it's gone down there, so I don't want any raised area there. And again, I apologize if this was like tedious, but it's a way to learn Blender piece by piece. Okay.
You know, I think it actually looks that big because I was actually just kind of going around earlier. You know, the thing that he said he would do in the older tutorials?
Yeah,
I kind of just went ahead and did that before he even got anywhere near that. And then I was kind of like, oh, should I worry about that? But I don't know. I'll still learn, so.
Yeah, I think you should be fine.
Hey, speaking of which, I forgot. With the sculpt tools in Blender, for whatever reason, it has assumed by default that you might want to sculpt on the other side of your mesh. So you can see I've got this smear here, and that's because somewhere I was painting over here, I went through the mesh and it painted on the other side of the mesh over there. Very annoying. So,
okay,
I can undo it. It's just easier than like repainting that whole thing. And what you want to do with your mask tool is underneath brush, set it to front faces only. And that means when you paint, it should mean that as you draw.
Yeah, now I'm like second guessing.
Oh, I'm going to have to do the entire masking. Yep.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Now that I'm looking at mine, the entire.
Okay. How did he change that? On his brush drop down,
front face only, and then Control Z everything you did.
Front face only. No, I'm not seeing it.
Under brush.
Let me look at yours.
Click on brush, then you go. Oh Jesus Christ! This thing's in the way. You click on brush, and then it's like all the way on the bottom. Front faces only.
Bottom? Okay, yep. that should be on by default. I'm sorry, Blender team, get on that. You know what to do.
And that's what he was saying too, is that like they kind of just think that you just default are gonna wanna get in on the inside when you can't see what you're doing.
It could still happen. Just be careful. But it should happen less. It shouldn't happen like on the opposite side of the same mesh. Anyways, it should happen less. By the way, I didn't call it out because it's not essential, but if you do ever want to isolate...
Did you hear that? He said that even though you click front faces only, it like still can happen. It's just supposed to be less common.
Great. Okay.
And
front faces only means front faces left.
Object,
front faces only, except sometimes.
Isolation mode. So / on the number pad or the actual
what's he talking about?
Keyboard.
Oh shit, what is he talking about?
/ to hide. Oh.
By the way, I didn't call it out because it's not essential, but if you do ever want to isolate and only see the selected object, / is the isolation mode. So / on the number pad or the actual normal keyboard will pull you in and out of that state. Anyway, so now with the mask brush, with front faces only enabled, I can paint along it, and it should happen less, essentially. All right, I don't know what to say, but this doesn't take long once you've set it up. And assuming you've got the strength of 1, by the way, you don't want to have areas with like half opaque, right? Because we want to have a constant value across it as we inflate it. And we should get a nice raised edge that goes all the way along the donut. Okay, great.
Okay.
Just clean it up if you got any areas that look a little untidy, a little unkempt. Yep. Awesome. All right. So, as I mentioned, the mask will actually mask out the area, so you can't paint on it. We obviously want to only paint on the area that we mask, so we want to invert it by just hitting Control-I, same hotkey as Photoshop, etc. And then, obviously, if we went to the inflate brush and then we just painted, like, yes, we're only now painting onto that area, but it also doesn't solve our problem of like different values across it. So we want to apply a uniform inflation on just these areas. So there is a tool in the sculpt tools called, where is it? Mesh Filter. So I will be honest, it's probably the laziest implementation of a tool in Blender. Like, mesh filters, they're not really well documented. You kind of have to just learn how they work. But unlike all these other brushes here, the way this one works is it's applying a uniform value to the entire mesh. So it doesn't actually matter where you click on the mesh, it's going to apply it. And it's applying what is in the filter types listed here. So if I just click, this is the other thing you have to learn. If I drag to the right, I'm inflating. If I drag to the left, I'm deflating and sort of subtracting the opposite direction. You just kind of have to learn that that's how this specific tool works. My theory is, by the way, to go on a rant, ZBrush's user experience and interface is so arcane, so badly hodgepodge together from ideas over the last 2 decades. They never had any thought in the process, they just lumped it all in there. And Blender's sculpting tools competes with that. So they're like, hey, yeah, the filter tools, yeah, they're not the easiest to understand, but at least we're not ZBrush. That's my theory. It's my working theory I'm going with. But anyways,
God,
point
is such a great way to add in
you
a
can see
lot
we're
of
applying a uniform value to everything.
geometry.
Hooray for us. I might also, I'm going to set the strength of this to 0.1.
It felt like,
and that just means that as I move...
I felt like there was a lot of setup for that. But then once we hit that button, stuff just happens.
How did he apply the uniform?
Apply what?
Was that low? He was talking about applying a uniform value to everything.
Oh, I think that was sculpting.
Oh, just with
all the setup to the point where we hit mesh filter.
Okay, gotcha.
That was what he was talking about. Welcome back, Glitch. We're doing this. We inflated the that was a lot of work though. It was like he was like talking about how like we were gonna inflate the edges and then we were putting the mask on the edges and I'm like, isn't that the opposite of what we want to do? Don't we want to make that part? And then he like, what do you say? Control C or something? Control I. Yeah, and then it inverted everything and then I was like, oh my god, it's all coming together.
Yeah, Control I is a common invert keyboard shortcut. I learned, well, it became really common for me when I was learning Photoshop in high school. And like Control Shift I is another keyboard shortcut that's often associated with selecting invert, but yeah, Control I invert when you're in mask.
Yeah, okay.
The cursor, it's applying less of a value for the movement, so I can use smaller movements. The other thing though is this.
Wait, no, what? What was that? So he can make it smaller.
He
and that just
turned
means
the
that
strength
as I move the
down.
cursor, it's applying less of a value for the movement, so I can use smaller movements. The other thing though is this is a little like, it almost looks, if we go into object mode, it looks like a tube almost around the edge of it. It's not very nice. It basically, the edge that we've got here is too hard, so we can smooth out that edge by using mask, smooth, mask. Okay. Now, if we use the inflate,
mask,
just
smooth mask,
right a little bit. I'm just gonna go with that. Let's go object mode and see how that looks. That's pretty good. I might actually go just a little bit more, just exaggerate it slightly.
How did he do mask, smooth mask? What? Oh, there it is. Smooth mask.
Well, I missed it actually because I'm trying to figure. I feel like I'm trying to catch up now. Shoot. I feel like his
Oh, that's what he. Okay, so before he does anything with the mesh filter, he goes into the menu at the top. So it's View Sculpt Mask.
I feel like I have to make my mask like way smaller.
Let me see.
I feel like it's covering up like too much area.
Okay, and that you just smoothed your mask, yeah.
Like I need to go at it again with a smaller brush. Is what I'm saying.
That's mine. I'm looking at it.
Where? Okay. So I go back to mask. Just hit M. I'm just hitting M. Wait, no, M didn't work. Whatever. Here's mask. Okay, so
yeah.
Probably smaller radius, like way smaller. Like his said one thing. Yeah. His said one thing, and I went to it, but yet mine was coming out way huger than his, and I don't know why.
Glitch says he's back.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That was partly why we went into the whole recap just now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
It's partly. I mean, it was good for us to do that anyway, so. Okay.
But yeah, the radius controls the size of that mask.
Yeah.
Because your icing is so inflated already, I almost think that you shouldn't inflate.
Probably not.
I think you should make like a negative amount so that it deflates everything else.
Wait.
Oh,
yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to invert it.
Don't invert it actually.
No?
No, just kind of experimenting here. Save, and then don't invert it. And then the value that he makes a mask for, do a negative. Because your icing is already like super puffy already.
Yeah.
Like the process that we're going through is to make the edge of the icing puffy.
Yeah.
So if you've already got a bunch of puffiness, let's cut down on the rest of the icing. It's my thought. But
right.
do smooth it out though.
Right, that would. You mean with the brush, or?
No. Use so
Here,
in the
okay.
menu.
This is well. Okay, that's
you at the top of the screen. There's view sculpt mask, and in mask you just go to smooth mask.
Oh, okay. So that's when it's deflated now. I can't deflate anymore because it started to clip into the donut. To probably quote a DeviantArtist, there's never too much inflation. Oh my god.
Jeez. All right. I'm watching your screen, and actually that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's good now.
Yeah. All right. How did you do that? Oh, right. I have to do my actual.
Little bit more. Just exaggerate it slightly more. There we go. Great. So
this spot right here did completely flatten it. Oh, that's because I accidentally Control-Z'd something.
That's okay though. It adds kind of some complexity because like that's where the icing is like cooling down, so it wants to be thinner.
I probably shouldn't.
It actually no, you shouldn't. It makes sense for the icing to be thinner there.
Even without making up any lore, it's like the whole point of this is just to learn how to use the program anyway. I'm not shipping this out to anybody or anything.
Yeah, that's roughly it. Now there's a little bit of artifacting there because the way the mask works is it's kind of that feathering thing. It's not very exact and it's kind of got some values in between it. So we can smooth that out in sculpt mode by first of all just clearing the mask and then using the smooth tool. By default, it's too high, so just turn it down. And I'm just going to smooth that edge, and that'll just sort of clear up some of this artifacting. It's a little too high. For whatever reason, the smooth tool, which also you can access.
Wait a second.
I need just by holding just because I need to find that smooth tool.
I found the smooth tool, but I still have my mask up. And I'm in sculpt mode, but I shouldn't be seeing the mask, right? Do we?
Probably not. Oh, well, look at his. It kind of
his is all gray.
Yeah, it's gone. You're right.
Get rid of
his
this
is
mask.
gone. Let's go back.
holding down shift and some of this, I'll just turn it down using the spat out feathering thing by first of all just clearing the mask and then using
mask, clear mask. Okay.
Yeah.
Mask, clear mask. There it is.
Smooth
All right.
tool. By default, it's too high, so just turn it down. And I'm just going to smooth that edge, and that'll just sort of clear up some of this artifacting. It's a little too high. For whatever reason, the smooth tool, which also you can access at any point when you're in sculpt mode, just by holding down shift, and it'll temporarily invoke the smooth tool, and it'll use the value that is on the smooth tool. So you'll be in this mode, and then you hold down shift, and it'll actually not use this value, but the value that's on the smooth tool. Again, ZBrush is the competitor, so some things are a little weird here. Anyways, so it's a little too high. Just turn it down, and now we've got a nice value. And I'm just smoothing this out just to clear up some of the artifacting.
This is my favorite tool ever. Ever.
Butter boop.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely. Hey.
Yes,
if
it
you've made
is.
it this far, 3D is in the cards. It's for you because we've done some fairly complex things. So if you're a beginner and you're just getting started in Blender, congrats, because it is a steep learning curve, but you have learned some very complex modeling and some sculpting. So congrats, you've made it this far. Why not continue on the series? Click here to see the next video, and I will see you in that part.
Oh yeah, smooth is super useful.
This is where we
I like how he flat out says at the end of that, like, if you got this far, like, there's a chance, like, you could actually do this, like, not pack it up.
Keep going forward. Give me views.
Finished
Damn
at
it.
the end of the last part, and we are ready.
Even for me, someone who never scopes and is always just editing, I'll occasionally use the smooth brush. Oh yeah, okay.
For some materials. Before we continue, do a check over though, because I looked inside my donut and I saw this. It shouldn't be here, obviously, so make sure you don't have any.
Did you see what it said? Did you see what the name of the object was too? Subscribe, you filthy casual.
Oh my god.
Hidden meshes that should definitely not be there. You've only got your camera, your donut, your icing, and your light. Okay. Okay, so materials. Let's do some materials. If we jumped into our render mode, that little button that I showed you on the first part that takes you into rendered view mode, you can see we've got a lamp and it's lighting our donut in a very depressing, cold gray. So let's give it a material. Down here, a little material tab, and then we're going to hit new. So just like before, the one thing we're going to change is the color. Let's make it a nice pink color. And that looks pretty good. The other value that you typically want to change for a lot of objects is the roughness value. So you can see the further I go all the way to the left-hand side, the more it becomes a mirror. So all the way at 0 is basically a mirror. And then all the way to the right is your like most porous object, like a brick or something like that. Basically something that looks like it doesn't have a reflection, although everything does. The roughness is just merely dissipating that reflection everywhere, so it appears as though it doesn't.
Try metallic.
So we're gonna go with like a 0.3, something like that. It's pretty good. And then for the base of our donut,
my god,
we're gonna give it.
I'm still in sculpt.
0.3.
Let me figure out why mine's being dumb. Come on.
Maybe 0.2.
This is doing nothing. I have the right mesh selected.
And then all the way to the right is your on the first part.
Let me take a look at what
it takes you into rendered view mode. You can see we've got a lamp and it's
Oh, you're not seeing the colors? Is that the issue?
Yeah. Like I can change
I'm
it.
not either. I was
okay.
Earlier we changed to viewport shading solid. Now we want to be in viewport shading material preview.
Oh. What was that again? Yeah, material or rendered view. Oh, are you saying you can't see the color if it's not rendered? Oh,
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
So you need that viewport shading.
Yeah, this thing.
Material
right.
preview, because now we're fucking around with the materials.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Lighting our donut in a very depressing, cold gray. So let's give it a material. Down here, the little material tab, and then we're going to hit new. So just like before, the one thing we're going to change is the color. Let's make it a nice pink color.
Ooh.
And that looks pretty good. The other value that you typically want to change for a lot of objects is the roughness value.
Food
so you
coloring
can see
exists.
the further I go all the way to the left-hand side, the more it becomes a mirror. So all the way at 0 is basically a mirror. And then all the way to the right.
I do have like one little weird spot on my icing, but I'm not gonna lie,
is your like
care.
most porous object, like a brick or something like that. Basically something that looks like it doesn't have a reflection, although everything does. The roughness is just merely dissipating that reflection everywhere, so it appears as though it doesn't. But anyways, so we're gonna go with like a 0.3, something like that. It's pretty good. And then for the base of our donut, we're gonna give it another material, and let's go with a nice orangey yellow, which we will change later on, so it won't matter anyway.
Bro, you put it all the way to 0. You put roughness all the way to 0, and it's just mirroring.
Yeah, it becomes like this perfectly reflective surface.
It's so reflective that it's literally reflecting a bunch of trees and stuff that aren't there.
But that's good. Great. Look at us. We've got a donut. By the way, we'll add some subsurface SSS later on to make this look a little bit more milky, but for now this is good. Now we want to put our donut onto a marble countertop. So first of all, we need that countertop as a separate object. So Shift A, and the one we're looking for is again under mesh, and we're going to go with a plane. So a plane is just a square that's literally made up of 4 vertices. It's the simplest object, but the most versatile, that you use it all over the place. And I'm gonna make this look a little bit bigger. So let's just scale that out with S and then click. Okay, so we wanna make our donut rest onto the countertop. So if I selected my donut base and moved it up, well, there's a problem, right? We need to have both of these move together. So if you want to have one object basically attached to another object while still being its own separate object, you parent it.
It keeps changing the size of my donut with the plane, even though I only have plane selected. I don't... What the hell?
I'm watching... Okay. Let's see what you're in. What is that? No, that's orientation. You're in object view. Okay, so go back to before you made the plane, and then just kind of use your selection tool and just click into nothingness to deselect everything.
Yeah.
And then
whoops.
Then do Shift A. What?
I just said whoops because you'll see.
Oh. Plane cube. Oh, plane.
It still does it. Well, it's part of a collection, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Maybe
that's just your scene collection.
Oh, that's for the whole... Oh, you're right. That is for the whole scene.
Instead of going through the menu, can you hold... hold Shift A.
Well, Shift A is to
No,
add
that's
something.
what brought up that menu. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, what the fuck? I would say save, quit, and reload.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's...
Glitch is about to tell me. He said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. Glitch is
Classic
gonna know what's
Blender
going on.
donut. Yeah, definitely.
Collections are like layers.
Yeah, we're making a donut. Yeah. Draco. Yeah, collections in Blender are like layers in oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Draco.
Called layers, but we also used to be limited to 20 of them. Oh, jeez.
Oh. I was just patiently waiting now to see if he says anything else. Oh, lizard of the lake, what is your wisdom? Okay, well, how do I... Okay, so they're...
You saved your project and you quit Blender.
Oh, he was just explaining how collections work. Oh, okay. I actually totally missed. That's what he was just explaining what collections are
gotcha.
like.
Gotcha.
That is what collections are. They're layers in Photoshop. Clear to continue. Yeah, except we're like not clear to continue because I try adding an object and add plane, hit S to resize it, and it resizes the donut along with the plane for no particular reason. To hell with the standard pink. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna make it like green and black.
I'm going with the pink because I use pink in my daily life so rarely.
Pink also goes well
it's
with
kind
black,
of festive. Yeah. Just enjoying the opportunity.
That's Stranger. Yeah, what did I don't know what I did.
Yeah, that's a program issue. That's a kill the program and reload it.
Oh, yeah, this is like, oh, I get what you're saying. Like, when in doubt, just see. Yeah, really quickly just reselect the plane.
Oh, so make it but don't resize it is what Glitch is saying. Yeah.
Just reselect it. He just says he like says reselect it, like select something, select it again. No.
So like create it and then select something else and then reselect it and then hit S and it's still going?
Yeah, it's still doing it.
Yeah, that's
yeah, we'll just when in doubt, we'll just see what happens when I restart.
What the fuck? I mean, hell, my Blender was like crashing over and over again earlier, so it's a new version. It's 4.0.0, so
4.6.9
or whatever. Yeah. That's
no, it's not actually. I was just being a
well, I don't even know what version this is. No, it is 4.0. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.0.2.
4.2.0, baby.
Add a plane. Shift A. Oh my god, kill me. Should probably add a small disclaimer. Take all of my advice and experience with it. Well, yeah. I mean, I know you don't know everything. Version of Blender I use for most. Not all of my modeling is... Oh my god, dude. You're on 2.79B.
That is low.
That is very much not this one. Not even close. I usually only use 3.64 for animating or for rendering. Well, like you make everything in 2.79 and then you switch it over to 4.0 to render it?
That's so weird, dude. Why?
So, the way we parent...
I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. Let me...
I have no idea if this can be fixed.
Scaling one object.
Probably change the UI in 2.8. Oh my god, it's like the same reason that my one bandmate is using like an outdated UI of Reaper. It's just because he doesn't feel like learning a new UI. That's what I'm getting from him right now. He's not saying it, but that's he's like saying it without saying it. Oh my god. No, every time that a new program's coming out and I'm learning the program and the UI changes, I'll just learn the new UI. This is so... Oh my... I'm not gonna be that stubborn. I'm not that stubborn in Reaper, and I'm not gonna be that stubborn for Blender or Unreal.
This isn't scaling for me, is it? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, well, I've got both of those selected. Okay, so plane scaling is not dependent.
It's less that I don't want to learn it. I already have.
I'm wondering. So we're about to go through collections and linking objects together.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with where it is in the collection.
No, I think when you create your mesh, Blender, for some reason, because your settings are fucking weird by default.
That's true.
Your Blender is creating a new mesh that is linked with the donut.
Right.
And everything else, because it's scaling with the icing too.
Like, I almost think if I just moved them, it would be okay.
Yeah, try moving the plane on its own.
Oh, shoot. No.
Like,
I don't even mean moving the plane. I mean moving the donut and the icing. As soon as I remember how to do that.
Oh, that hole in your icing you could probably fill in with the inflate tool in Sculpt mode, by the way.
Which one?
Inflate.
Oh, that thing right there? Yeah, I probably could. I'd rather just figure out what the hell's going on right now, though.
I'm just saying, you were mentioning it earlier, and I see it now. But yeah, now if you create the plane underneath it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping. I mean, it's at least a workaround here. It's specifically running Pipeline engines from Movie 2.8, and I like the pipeline. Oh, okay. Yeah, that did it. I mean, I was gonna move it up anyway, right? Because he didn't want the donut literally in the middle. It's like in the table, like at
But why was it scaling everything at once? Is so weird. Okay, well,
I don't know, but as long as I know not to have stuff touch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And it's resolved now.
Yeah, whatever.
Granted, is first of all you select the object that you want to follow the other object, so the child, and then you select the parent. So holding down Shift, I'm going to now click on the donut base, and then to parent, it's Control P. Okay, or again, if at any time you don't know what it is, just hit F3 for search, and then we can just type in parent. Now, by the way, with parent, you get a number of options here. The one you actually want is keep transform. If you just do object, it means if you've ever moved the object, like off its base or whatever like that, it'll then like clear its position. So it's actually not the one you want most of the time. So it's keep transform. Now that I've done that, if you've done it in the correct order, you should be able to select the base and then move it, and the icing should go with it. If it doesn't, it means it's probably parented the other way. So again, make sure the object you want to follow, the other one, is selected first, and then the parent is selected last. Okay. So now I'm going to move that up along its Z-axis. So G, and then just a middle tap and pull it up till it's resting on my counter. Haha, lovely. Now don't worry.
I feel like mine just got parented for some weird reason.
Now that I'm looking, yeah, I think that's what happened. Because now that I'm looking at my donut and my icing, because one is copied from the other, they're already linked.
Yeah, which is like, why did he...
Is that what he was talking? I actually
yeah, I mean, it seemed like what he was telling us was how to combine the icing to the donut. But yeah, it kind of, my impression was that it already did that when we duplicated it. So yeah, I mean, and the fact that...
Well, let's replay that. I just want to double check it.
Don't worry about this looking extend and near. So we need to have both of these. Moved my donut base and moved it up. well, there's a problem.
Okay,
right?
so that
we need to have both
that
of
was
these
not the
moved
case
together.
for
So
him,
if
but
you
it
wanna
was for
have
me.
one object basically attached to.
I think that's why. I think that's why the team was doing that.
I think that's. Yeah, I agree.
To another object while still being its own separate object. You parent it. So the way we parent it is, first of all, you select the object that you want to follow the other object, so the child, and then you select the parent. So holding down Shift, I'm going to now click on the donut base, and then to parent, it's Control P.
It for sure was not parented. If it was parented, the children objects would be underneath the parents in the scene collection window. Oh yeah, I get you. But then
Okay, then it was just the software being fucking weird.
I guess, except I restarted.
Okay. Or again, if at any time you don't know what it is, just hit F3 for search, and then we can just type in parent. Now, by the way, with
that means
with
the
parent,
issue
you get
is cached in the system. So
Okay,
it's
glitch. Then why? I mean, I'm moving it up and down, and they're moving together. Riddle me this, Batman. Anyway, I'll just keep
a number of options here.
Icing isn't
the one you actually want is keep transform. If you just do object, it means if you've ever moved the object like off its base or whatever like that, it'll then like clear its position. So it's actually not the one you want most of the time. So it's keep transform. Now that I've done that, if you've done it in the correct order, you should be able to select the base and then move it, and the icing should go with it. If it doesn't, it means it's probably parented the other way. So again, make sure the object you want to follow the other one is selected first, and then the parent is selected last. Okay. So now I'm going to move that up along its z-axis. So G, and then just middle tap and pull it up till it's resting
keyboard shortcut? It
on
doesn't seem
my
to be working
counter.
for me.
Shoot.
I mean, it's to create a parent.
Do you need it again?
Was there some kind of a visual indicator of that?
Of what?
Shift. I'm going to now click on the donut base.
Doing the parenting
and
thing?
then to parent, it's Control
Of when
P.
one becomes a parent to the other?
Oh, well, like a visual representation, so you know that it happened and then you know what's what.
Yeah.
Okay. Or again, if at any time
I'm
you
going
don't know
through
what it is,
everything.
just hit F.
Like I'm looking at his, and like the donut and the icing are both highlighted around the
Yeah,
edges.
yeah. Select the icing, hold Shift, select the donut, and then do Control P to parent it. But nothing happens for me.
I don't know what to tell you because mine are. Oh, actually, they're not. I just realized mine are. There are two visual indicators for parented objects. I'm actually realizing that mine probably aren't parented. It's just being stupid. Yeah. So I probably should go ahead and parent mine anyway.
Objects. I'm just pulling up the Blender. Yeah. Menu, object, parent.
Okay, so I could shift click both of them. And then I'm gonna hit Control P here.
Yeah.
Set parent to did you say object?
Yeah, in the menu.
Yeah, set parent to
if you go
object.
Object.
One, there will be a dotted line between the two objects' origins. Two, in the scene selection panel, usually, they get stacked together in the panel.
Okay.
Oh, he's looking at my stream though, and they're not doing that. Yeah. Okay, but now they will, probably.
But this made the icing the parent of the donut, and I don't want that, so...
Oh yeah, that's what happened to me too, I think.
Parent, where the fuck did parent go now? Object.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Parent. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so...
Object. Okay, now my donut has icing inside it. Sweet.
So the icing should have parented the donut?
So now, in my hierarchy, it goes scene collection, donut, and then under donut, indented a little bit, is icing.
Oh, they're stacked together.
Yeah.
He was saying that my issue was that they're stacked together.
Yeah, so like where you see Oh gosh, yeah, you parented yours backwards as well.
Well, yeah, because you did it, and I. Well, mine looks the same either way.
Well, yeah, but certain things are inheritable, so you want the hierarchy to be correct. Like,
are you talking like a top to bottom thing? I think I have an idea of what you're talking about just from when I've messed with like VR chat avatars. Because they'll have a hierarchy of like you start with the waist.
No, you're on the right track.
Start with the waist, and then you go to the back, and then the shoulders, and then from there you could go to like the neck, and then the head, or you could go like down the arm. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But I know what hierarchies are. Yeah.
So for example, okay, now your stuff is unpaired now. So that which makes a donut doesn't necessarily make icing.
I should probably look at what he said here. He's for parenting, the currently active selection, brighter highlight, the thing that's highlighted more brighter, will become the parent.
So it's the one that you select the last of the two. That's the parent. You select the child first and then the parent.
That's backwards of what you would think.
That's backwards of what the video said. So the video, even in and of itself, is slightly out of date.
Well, either that or the other way around, where we're talking to someone who's using an out-of-date version of Blender.
It could be too. Yeah.
I bet he apparently goes back and forth. It depends on what he's doing. Because he just... I mean, he says it. He explained it in the chat, but... Okay, let's just do this now. Okay.
There's a reason for it being backwards. That's okay. As long as it works, I don't fucking care.
I kind of don't either. Yeah, that's how coding. That's how coding works too, right? You know, it's all like. It's all like. It's all like chewed gum and safety pins
bubblegum and toothpicks. Yeah. Band-aid measures because the executives won't like pay an extra $100 a month for the service you need to calculate the tax properly, so you have to fucking jury rig something on the back end that crashes once a quarter or some bullshit like that. Oh fuck.
There's a reason for it being backwards. Allegedly. I should probably just hit play. Because it's almost 9.
F3 for search, and then we can just type in parent. Now, by the way, with parent, you get a number of options here. The one you actually want is keep transform. If you just do object.
So imagine you have a lot of objects and you want to parent all of them to one object. In that scenario, you'd want to... Oh, I guess that makes sense. Well, I don't know. I think about you pick the parent first, and then you pick all the children after that. I guess I don't really...
It's more like in our case with Blender, the current version of Blender, or at least how it's set up for us for some fucking reason. You select everything, and then the last selection becomes the parent.
Yeah. I guess in my mind, I can't imagine why it matters which way you would do that. Like, I understand what you're telling me. But
I personally, I would say
I don't get the why. I don't get the why. I get the what. I don't get the why.
Maybe it's because
I guess it is what it is.
Want to be special.
Yeah, I guess the why doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. I guess just do it. Shut up and do it.
If you've ever moved the object like off its base or whatever like that, it'll then like clear its position. So it's actually not the one you want most of the time. So it's keep transform. Now that I've done that, if you've done it in the correct order, you should be able to select the base and then move it, and the icing should go with it. If it doesn't, it means...
Did I go backwards?
I missed that.
It's probably parented...
We already did this. This is the parenting again. I guess I went back and I didn't even realize I went back. You just move on to texturing the countertop.
I'm gonna just test.
It's also just the fact that it uses the active selection.
Okay, my donut is working correctly, so we could continue. I don't know what he did. He did something with like a keep transform. I don't know what he was talking about there.
Oh, maybe this other part that kind of went up.
Yeah.
And pull it up till it's resting on my counter. Haha, lovely. Now don't worry about this looking like cartoonishly bad in terms of realism. I'm going to show you a button later on, which is...
Oh, I forgot to color the bottom half.
Oh, yeah, you just...
Yeah, I'm just going to do that quick. As soon as I remember how. Volume? No. The hell was... No, it was surface, wasn't it?
You go into object mode, and then you go on the right. There's
Was that supposed to do that before I parented them?
No, you can do that at any time.
Okay.
So with the donut, you got okay. So you got that.
I gotta click icing, quote unquote icing.
Icing. Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's right. I keep forgetting your shit is.
Glitch told me how to fix it. I could fix it now.
It would be good if you do. Yeah.
Donato. There. Wait, why do I have a Taurus?
That was the object. That's the initial primitive that you.
Oh, that sticks around. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So naturally, when parenting the objects you have selected, it uses. When parenting the objects you have selected, it uses the active object being the most recently selected one. Okay.
Active object. Yep, that makes sense. Taurus is the mesh, yeah.
Yeah, Taurus is the mesh. Yeah, I just...
Okay.
I was just making sure that wasn't like another mesh.
Now your donut is a child of the icing.
Is that what we want?
If that's what you want, that's fine. I think we have the icing as a child of the donut. I don't think it really matters.
It probably would matter in a different scenario, but maybe not this one in particular.
Yeah. Oh, and you were gonna create a new...
I was just gonna change the mesh on here. Or not the mesh, the
you add a new material.
Oh, yeah. I'm in world, that's why. I get world and material mixed. They look the same.
Because they're both red. Yeah.
They're both red. Well, I guess this isn't
red globes.
Yeah. I mean, this is, I guess technically it's like squares.
Also, why is their globe icon red?
Yeah, I don't know.
World properties, make that green.
Yeah. So then I'm not thinking that that's freaking meshes.
Yeah.
Surface. Base color. It's gonna be black.
Base color, yeah.
Just gonna make this look phenomenally realistic. That's gonna be in some later parts. But for now, this is fine, just whilst we work and piece the scene together. So for our countertop here, we need to give it a new material. And then underneath the base color, you can select not just a color by clicking the color, but the little dot next to it, that little yellow thing doesn't look like a button, it is. If you click that, you get this this pop-up or pop-down in this point, which just gives you a number of options. And the one that we're looking for is image texture. So essentially it's replacing that import from a flat color to an image texture property. And it's now black, and it's asking you what image texture. So we need an image texture. Now we could go to just Google Images and just find any old marble texture, download that. The problem usually with textures on the web is that what most people call a texture is not ideal for 3D.
No, not
most
copyright.
Textures are good for websites.
I thought he was going to say
3D,
copyright.
we need extra information to tell the 3D software how the material property looks. Like, how does it reflect light? What do the bumps look like across the surface? And all that information is never available on these sites. So to find those textures, you have to go to a separate dedicated website. And the website that I recommend is Polygon. And the reason I recommend it is because it's mine. It's my website. That's why I recommend it. No, I started it 8 years ago because I was pretty dissatisfied with the quality of the texture websites that were available at the time. So I used my YouTube money to invest in a team and some high-tech equipment. We went out into the world and we scanned stuff to a very high quality standard. And over the years, we've grown it to include models and HDRIs as well.
I'll send you the
obviously,
link.
a lot of this stuff is paid, but we also have a free range. And obviously, we're going to be using a free texture for this.
I was gonna say, I would hope whatever he's using for
Yeah.
this is free, because otherwise you're a dick if you didn't. Here, let me go to your whatever.
Oh yeah. What?
I'm just gonna go to Cult General again. I feel like you have a text
There's a chat in.
Oh, I
yeah,
keep
there's a-
forgetting, like literally in the chat.
There's a chat in Discord. Yeah, yeah.
If I had a nickel every time I've done that, it'd be 2 nickels. It's like nobody does that. Okay. Nobody I know does that, I should say.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
because they're
there we
stubborn
go. Okay.
asses. I mean, it's not because it's worse. It's just they're stubborn asses and they're not used to it.
Textures. We need wood. Wood.
Or marble.
Engineered.
Engineered? Oh, I guess wood technically can be engineered. I mean, I don't know. Can
Like
it?
the OBS. Oh yeah, it was like plywood, natural plywood. Yeah. And there's like particle board, chipboard, cork.
I guess free. Click free. How about free?
Oh yeah.
That's what he. I think that's what he was going to tell us to do too. Is just click the free tab. But a fluted whiskey glass to set model. The table can look like that, right?
Hey, I found free Denali quartzite texture white. Let's go with that. Sign up free to download. All right.
Oh, did he say to sign up to download? Yeah, that's like what. That's fine.
That might. Yeah, makes sense.
If we're being honest, we might end up buying assets from him anyway. If they're good.
Right.
If they're good, you know. I mean, if they're good, they're good.
Continue with free account. Yes, please.
You technically could just do whatever you wanted if you wanted to. Like if you want to make
Oh,
a
we could
wavy
download
sand.
the Blender add-on, and then we could import all of his shit more easily.
Oh,
Yeah, why not? Why not? You put all this together.
that's interesting.
I'll
There's
do-
a Blender add-on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll deal with that later, but
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah. I just gotta find something and pick it. It technically doesn't even have to be anything a table would actually be made of. I could do a cinnamon
Yeah.
roll one.
we're just doing texture downloading. And
Yeah, anything that's an orb.
Download, import faster.
This bronze metal looks really cool, actually.
I'm really liking this quartzite. Extract here. Where did you go? Wait, whoops. Hold on.
What is your first name? How about screw you? You don't need my first name.
Well, it's complete. Are you sure?
As a professional individual, I am most definitely a professional individual. What industry do you work? Oh man, games. We're gonna say games. What is your business name? Oh, that's optional.
What the fuck? Where did it go? Download's complete. Are you sure about that? Quartzite. Okay.
Of course, it's a subscription. It's not just a la carte. That Damn it. Whatever, continue with free for now.
It did not download this. Alright, I guess we're gonna download this again. There we go. Okay, downloads. Port site. It's right there. Now it's there. Okay. Sweet. I have images. Okay. I am ready to import. Let's see. Surface base color, image texture. And here, create a new image.
I don't know what the hell a workflow is.
Workflow would be like file organization.
It says metalness and specular.
Color? Tile?
That sounds like some arbitrary crap. I don't know. Alright, well...
Oh, okay.
I downloaded my texture as a zip file. I'm gonna see what he says after. You do that. Did you said it didn't work. Did you get it working now?
1 second. I'm just gonna make sure I'm using the correct image.
All right, I'm gonna read what. Regarding his rant about online textures, TBF. It's very easy to take some shitty 4K JPEG from the internet and turn it into a very usable texture set if you have any knowledge on image editing, which at this point he's assuming we don't. Plus, he's also probably shilling his site. I hardly ever use big fancy texture websites. Other shit gets the job done. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, we're learning here. I mean, if you know, Glitch, if you have any suggestions of places you go to, that's totally fine. You let us know. Although I have a feeling you probably do just find images online and then you're like, I know how to make this work.
Part. So this is the free texture. This is the one we're going to use. And first of all, although it is free, you need to sign up for an account. So you can just sign up with Google. That's usually the easiest one. There's a couple of onboarding questions. I would like to actually know how you, are you a professional? Are you a student? That's kind of interesting to me to know that. And then when you get to here, you're just going to say continue with free account. But power through that. And if you click the link in the description, again, this is the marble. And we just want to hit down.
I just imagine him just like, I'm just gonna like click this one right here. Like, it's just like clicking one of the paid ones. Like,
he's really like low key trying to.
He's just hoping you're too dumb.
Oh,
just hoping you're hoping you're too dumb to catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no harm in using his site now or at all. Just not sure I agree with his stance on online texture. Oh yeah, no, I got that part. Yeah. I mean, you're still free to, drop any hints if you got any, but...
Download. And you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, it's downloading. It is a large size, but this is because it's 8K and we've got maps at like 16-bit depth to get all of that accurate information there. But once it is finished, it'll just appear in your downloads. Then you just unzip the zip file as you would normally. And then finally, you should see some glorious high-resolution images and ones with extra information like roughness. Very, very subtle, but will come through when we do the render. So back into Blender, where we've got that image texture, we're going to click on open. Then navigate to where you unzipped it.
Okay, that worked about how I figured it would.
Yeah.
Let me just actually do that now. Downloads.
Loading a normal map, though.
Extract all to somewhere other than the downloads folder. And then I go to Blender and then image texture.
Oh, he did something with lighting and shading earlier too.
Wait, what button am I hitting again?
And then just find roughness, very, very texture. We're going to click on open. Then navigate to where you unzipped it, and then just click on the one.
Yeah, open right here. Oh shoot. Yeah, sure. I put it in a certain spot and then I like don't remember. I probably should have made a folder for that. Well, that doesn't look right.
On that
I'm gonna see
ends
if
with C.
Whoa, hey, how's it going? Speako. Whoa, Darmo, hey, how's it going, everybody? I just got raided by a huge party of 22. Clay Moon, thank you. Derpside, hello. Soot, hey, how's it going? It's been a while. Oh my goodness. Lucky, thank you so much for joining in on the raid. We are sitting here. I am joined by my roommate, Yuki, from the channel Once Dearly Beloved. I'll shout them out as well.
Hello.
We're going through Blender tutorials. We are making donuts.
Specifically a single donut.
Yes. Well, it's going to turn into like a pile or a mountain of donuts, according to maybe some of the previews.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good point. He's probably gonna be like, okay, now do this like 6 more times and just pile them all on top of each other.
Bread with sugar, thickened sugar.
Sugar breaded sugar, sugar coated sugar.
Yeah. We just made a plane to be our table, and we imported a texture on it. Donuts are a form of bread, with added high levels of sugar. But yes, all right. Please do feel free to hop over to Once Dearly Beloved. Give us both a like and follow. Once is also on YouTube. Doing the whole multi-streaming thing.
Yeah, take your pick. YouTube, Twitch, or Kick.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate all of your attention, and we want to stream for you some more. But okay, so we just. Oh.
Yeah, my texture, like.
But yeah, thank you, Speako and Soot, for rating me. Please feel free to rest, relax. Go and lurk, eat, drink, rest. I said rest already. But yeah, you guys stream for a lot. So take care. We'll continue on. So we just got the texture in.
Yeah, mine is like not the color it should be.
Oh, let me take a look at what you got. Oh, you loaded the normal map. You need to import the other image. You did the wrong one.
Okay.
Donuts.
Oh, one of them does say metalness. Oh, they all do. They all say metalness. Is that what my issue was?
No, that's just their, I don't know. That's just part of their naming convention.
Yeah, that's gonna mean something. I think I just did the top one. Yeah, I think I just did that one. I don't know what one.
Stream a lot in a week, but in short doses usually. We make sure to take care of ourselves though. Good. Excellent. I'm so glad.
Okay, I'll just keep clicking ones until one looks right.
Oh, that's the sphere one, yeah.
Once I realized I can literally just change them out.
And that's the normal map.
This one looks more. That looks like it. Probably.
That looks good. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
It's really dark, but yeah, I mean, you can fix that. You can fuck with that.
Yeah, this is the render. Or rendered mode or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
COL in the name, and then just hit open. And here it is. Okay. And it looks great up close. Only problem is, of course, look at that reflection. So bland, so fake. And as I mentioned before, fake is
Mine's
the
even
enemy,
duller than that
and you
one.
need to squash it by just adding variance. So that's where our roughness map is going to come in.
You know what?
And while
Oh,
we
thank you
could
for
try
the
to add
follow
it in here.
Derps, I appreciate
This
it
section
very
on the
much.
right-hand side, it's actually not where you do most of your material work, because this is kind of like a simplified, dumbed-down version. It doesn't really, it gets a little bit complicated when you try and add too many things to it, because there's like too many menus and drop-downs and all that kind of stuff. So instead, if you go to your shading tab at the top of the screen there, this will change the layout of the screen to something completely different we haven't seen before. And lots of windows, actually too many.
What did it do? I looked away at the wrong moment.
Into something.
Please call me
completely-
Dewey. Oh, okay,
shading
okay.
tab at the top
At
of the
the
screen
top.
there.
Shading.
This will change the
Shading,
layout
yeah.
of the screen
Please
to
call me
something
Dewey. Okay,
completely different
I'll do
we
that,
haven't
Dewey.
seen before. And lots of windows, actually too many. I never actually need this one on the right hand side. So where you just mouse over where you've got the divider and then just right click and then say join areas. And then you want to join it to the left to close it. And then I'll do the same here, because I've never needed those on the left hand side. So I've just got my view at the top here and then this one here. And the reason, by the way, this looks different than what we had before is because this is the material
How did he join
preview,
those?
but you can change it back to what we had.
How does what?
He joined those areas. How did he do that?
Oh, you right click right where the line is between
line
Well, actually I think you just right click in the object too. Or on the left, that panel on the left. And then there was like a join and then it's pointing to the left. You want it to point to the arrow pointing to the left to click it.
Okay.
Tell it that you want that part to collapse in.
Okay. And then same with the bottom?
No, he's got the bottom open. It's just that left part.
Okay.
That part that had like the folders in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said literally never use that.
Had before by clicking that. So material preview, by the way, it's the same. It's a rendered mode, but it's using a different light setup. Basically, just an HDRI, which is like a fake kind of light and reflection map, just so that you can quickly preview materials. And really, you could use either or. They both kind of show the material, but yeah, let's use this one. Okay, but the bit that we're looking for is here. So this section here is your node setup, and it's actually an exact duplicate of what we did over here, because this on the right hand side is the simplified version. If you're just doing like a quick change, you might want to use this, but over here this is what's actually happening to it underneath the hood, right? So you can see as I change this on the right hand side, that is also changing there, so they are linked. So the way nodes work is basically a left to right function. So we start over here with our image texture, it goes into our shader, which is the material for this plane, and then it comes out into a material output, and that's what is fed into the final shader. So essentially we could do anything, like for example, and this is one of the value of nodes, is between these two nodes we could add another node. Like for example, I could hit Shift A to add, again, same hotkey, works everywhere, and then I could add in like a hue saturation value node, and then I could change the hue of my marble to look blue, right? Or something else. So that's the power of nodes, and you could just keep going, adding in adjustments and everything you want. So nodes, very, very flexible. They do look daunting because they get all these like, squid looking lines going everywhere. But it's very, very convenient, very customizable. Okay, well, we want to add something to our roughness so that we don't have a flat single value roughness, which is what that is currently. We want to use that map that we just downloaded. So one, you could hit Shift A and then add an image text this way, but actually we could also just drag out from that input there and then just do a release, and it'll now say, what do you want to add in this input? And we could type in image texture color and then hit enter. Then here, go to that same place that we unzipped it, and then we're looking for the one with roughness in the name. So roughness in the name, and then hit open. Okay, so this is better, right? You can kind of see we've got some detail there, but it doesn't look quite right. Something is not going right.
I'm trying to find it. Where do you
detail, hit open.
Off to but I go. It's nice to meet you.
For the one with
Thank you, Dewey.
right?
It was nice to meet you too.
Go to that
Thank you
same
for the
place,
follow. Have a
color,
good night.
and then hit enter. Input, and we could type in image texture,
he
color,
can search. Okay.
and then hit enter. Then here, go to that same place that we unzipped it, and then we're looking for the one with roughness in the name. So roughness in the name, and then hit open. Okay, so this is better, right? You can kind of see we've got some detail there, but it doesn't look quite right. Something is not going right. It's because when you add an image texture, Blender doesn't really know what type of information it is yet, and by default it's looking at the color information, even though there isn't really color there. So instead we need to tell Blender, right? So essentially the color space here, we need to change it from sRGB, where it's a standard photo color, to instead non-color data, or just non-color, I guess they've changed it. But now you can see that looks...
Nope, I'm still... What?
Or just standard photo
every time I like figure one thing out, he does something else, and I wasn't watching.
Yeah, this is a thing that doesn't really know.
He's just going fast.
He's not very good at pointing out what he's doing.
Roughness.
Okay, so we got the roughness,
color, and then hit enter. Then here, go to that same place that we unzipped it, and then we're looking for the one with roughness in the name. So roughness in the name, and then hit open.
Okay.
And then...
Okay, I found it.
That's the roughness, okay. And it looks like nothing changed because nothing has changed because we're not actually reading the correct data yet.
Yep.
Okay, so this is better, right? You can kind of see we've got some detail there, but it doesn't look quite right. Something is not going right. It's because when you add an image texture, Blender doesn't really know what type of information it is yet, and by default it's looking at the color information, even though there isn't really color there. So instead we need to tell Blender this is a special map, and we're just looking at the values, right? So essentially the color space here, we need to change it from sRGB, where it's a standard photo color, to instead non-color data, or just non-color, I guess they've changed it. But now you can see that looks correct, right? So look at all that. We got scratches, we got smudges. It's infinitely more realistic than what we had previously. So beyond that though, we could also add in little tiny bumps, okay? So bumps are in a place you would not expect. There's not a bump value here. It's actually under normal. So normal, you hear that word a lot in 3D. It just basically means the face, which direction is the face pointing, right? So if this is your face of the plane, you're pointing this way, that's the normal, right? But you can change the normal information to kind of tweak it to pretend like there is detail in that, okay? Essentially, we can plug in a specialized map called a normal map. Okay, so we're going to drag out from that normal map and then release, and then image texture, that's the last use thing, that's the one we want. I'm just going to click color, then drop, and then hit open, go to that same folder, and then this is the one, the purple one. It's the weirdest looking map. You always know you're looking at a CG texture map directory because it's the purple one and it's got NRM in the name for normal. And here.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I wish you would remember where I just last pulled something from, so I'm not like having to try to find this folder again every time.
Oh, well, it did for me eventually.
Huh.
Okay, mine's looking pretty good so far. I want to take a look at yours. You've got a gorgeous texture.
Oh yeah.
A fucking amazing texture for your Halloween donut. That's fucking nice. I'm just going through, like, I literally grabbed the first texture I saw, and then in his tutorial, it happened to be the one that he was using, so.
It's just crazy how that works.
And just like before, it's not going to be correct because it thinks this is a color image texture, just like for photos. So we need to change it again to non-color data. And now you would think that would fix it, but no, it looks even worse. What did we do? The problem is we need to convert this image texture into something this can read. So we need to put another node in between here. So the node is found under Shift A for add, then vector, normal map. So click and then just drop it here so it highlights between it, and then just drop it. and it will now finally be correct. And if I go full screen with control space, I didn't mention that before, but yeah, control space, and then you can go full screen.
I just realized what we were doing. We were basically adding like a 3D texture to it.
Oh, that looks really nice.
That's what he means by mapping. You lost me?
Okay. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh yeah. I was just saying that yeah, I just realized what we were doing once I actually saw it. I was like, oh yeah, we're making it 3D.
Yeah.
And you can see we've got very subtle little chips and divots across the texture along with those smudges, and it just looks way more believable. It means you don't have to worry about this part of your scene. It's just going to work, and you're going to get all that detail for free, and just makes life a little bit easier. But it is a lot of work. Like, what you've just made is a PBR shader, and yeah, it's a lot of work, all those little maps and everything, and having to know which setting is which. But it is a very common thing to learn, so that's why I wanted to include it in here. If I could plug my own website again, though, I will say we did hear you, because a lot of people say that. So we actually made an add-on called the Polygon add-on, which I'll actually show you how to install later on, because that is actually important for 3D, because you use a lot of add-ons. But to plug it very quickly, it actually does all of that without you having to leave Blender. So it'll download the texture for you. There we go. See, it's downloading. It's actually faster.
It's super convenient. I'll give them that. Like that. Yeah.
Through the add-on, and then once you've got it, you just hit apply, and then it will do all of that node work for you in the background, and it'll just apply it to the mesh for you. So you don't have to do all that all the time. And in fact, most people, I think, if you're working on big scenes, you're using libraries, you're using add-ons like this, so you don't have to do it all manually all the time. But it is important to know the process, so that's why I wanted to show it. But anyways, this was our material, and we are happy with it. Well done. Let's go back to the layout tab, and now we're going to do one more thing. So you see our donut base here. Let's just isolate this donut
layout
tab. It's on the left.
Oh, there it is.
Layout.
Yep. Literally a thing at the top of the screen.
No,
Gotcha. Yeah.
One moment here by hitting / which I mentioned previously. Okay, when you're in / this is isolate mode, which means it's literally turning off everything, including the lamp, which is why it's dark. But if you turn on material preview, then you get this. So this is okay. But if you look at real references of donuts, you'll see that it's typically whiter around the middle. And the reason for that is, as I mentioned before, the way it cooks, right? It's only like half submerged.
Saying the
how do you turn on material preview? You just kind of blew past that.
Material preview. Back over here.
So this is okay. But if you look at real preview, literally turning off everything, including the lamp, which is why it's dark. If you turn on material preview,
it does. Just
so this is okay. But if you look at real references,
you're seeing literally nothing.
It isolates it, but like I've just got. Maybe it's the it's the lighting, isn't it? Yep, it's the lighting. Never mind.
Okay.
Of donuts, you'll see that it's typically whiter around the middle. And the reason for that is, as I mentioned before, the way it cooks, right? It's only like half submerged and then it's flipped. And it means that the bits that are closest to the surface are cooked less. So there's usually like a whiter part around the rim. And I mean, really, this is just an excuse to show you another part of Blender, which is texture paint. So at the top there, click the texture paint tab. And again, let's go into isolate mode with our donut there.
I really thought he was going to say this is an excuse to show you another part of my site.
Why are we not seeing? Okay, there we go. So what texture paint does is it lets you paint directly onto your mesh. But if we try doing it, you can see nothing's happening. And it does give you a warning at the bottom, missing textures detected. So to paint, you're painting into an image, and the image doesn't exist yet.
My object is not isolated anymore. I don't know why.
Just hit the / on the keyboard.
Oh, whoops. Now I'm hitting / in Google. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it changed.
So we have to give it one. So go to the material tab. And then here where we got base color, we set it up as yellow, but we're actually just going to override it now. So click that little yellow dot again, and then say image texture. So now it's black. doesn't have an image. So, and instead of clicking open, we're going to click new. So we're going to be creating a brand new image.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah.
Oh my. Hold on. Oh. Got flyaways. Oh, my own hair's tickling me in the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Now, my donut is not black. It's gray.
Actually, mine's gray too. Is mine gray because it's black?
Oh, my shading is...
No, we're
okay.
We both have
because
gray.
I was in material. Yeah. No, I had to go... I had to change my shading to material preview in the top right corner. That's what I was missing earlier. I just don't know what the shortcut is for that, if there is a shortcut, but I had a brain fart, but I got it figured out now. How about you? Okay, so top right, those different circles. The one you want, if you hover over.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I'm gonna get through like the last 4 minutes, but then my brain is cooked after this.
So
that's okay.
And base color, we set it up as yellow, but we're actually just going to override it now. So click that little yellow dot again, and then say image texture. So now it's black, doesn't have an image. So, and instead of clicking open, we're going to click new. So we're going to be creating a brand new image, and let's call this donut base. We could make this higher res if we want, but don't. This is more than enough for a donut base. That's fine.
Oh.
And this will just save us time. The color, this will just fill the it'll fill the image for us with a flat color. So we're just going to go for something pretty similar to what we had before, a nice yellowy color like that. And by the way, make sure you're all the way bright, otherwise your donut.
How's he changing the color?
You just clicked on it.
Oh,
so there's a color, and then there's a black box. That's the, yeah.
Wait, no, what?
So, and instead of clicking open, we're going to click new. So we're going to be creating a brand new image, and let's call this donut base. We could make this higher res if we want, but don't. This is more than enough for a donut base. That's fine.
Well, shoot.
And this will just save us.
I probably screwed that up. Unless I can edit it after making it, it's.
Let me see what you're doing.
It's already done.
Oh, just click the dot again, and then go to
that's
image
true.
texture.
Yeah, I could just.
Oh shit! It's not going through again.
Damn. Well, I could just Control Z, I guess.
Oh, I know what it is. You can kill it. You can delete it. There's like buttons next to it where it's like new image, open image, and unlink data. Yeah. You're getting it. You're getting it.
I mean, I just removed it, but.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Just removing it.
Oh, okay. I just Control Z'd a bunch of times. And then new. Donut base, and then a color.
This time the color. This will just fill the. It'll fill the image for us with a flat color. So we're just going to go for something pretty similar to what we had before, a nice yellowy color like that. And by the way, make sure you're all the way bright, otherwise your donut is going to be a little bit dark. So yeah, there we go. All right, and then hit OK. And once we've done that, you should, it should be over there on the left-hand side, but if it doesn't pop up, you can just select it from the drop-down donut base, and there we go. So now we're in this state. Look what I can do. Ooh.
Where did you select that from?
Yeah, I gotta check that too.
So pop up, you can just select it from the drop-down. You should, it should be over there on the left-hand side, but if it doesn't pop up, you can just select it from the drop-down donut base, and there we go. So now,
hold on, I'm just gonna make sure I get it though. Can I drag and drop it? That would be really nice.
You can just select it from the drop-down donut base.
Oh, the drop down.
So the drop down.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Okay.
And there we go. So now we're in this state. Look what I can do. Ooh, fancy.
I figured that's how it was gonna
go. I don't know why I said it like that.
I actually had to do this for like Vroid for this model that I'm using. So
Okay, now
I'm at least kind of familiar with this part.
He's in texture draw. How did he get there?
Text draw. I think you just click the white. And then
I'm in object mode.
Yeah, and then you just click the white.
White.
And you see how I made a line on mine?
No, I mean on the right hand side. He's painting on the right hand side.
Oh, you could probably do either or.
But how did
Oh god,
in
that's
his in that viewport he is in texture draw or text draw. How did he get there? Because I'm in object mode.
it defaulted to that.
Oh fuck.
I don't think it's even what? Should he
Vertex paint, texture paint, right? No, texture draw. What? No texture. Okay.
did you click on the texture paint tab in the top?
Yeah, I got it figured out now.
Okay. I need to figure out how to make my brush smaller. I think it's too big. Or maybe it's too thick. I don't know. I did the thing and then it was look how look at that.
Looking at yours.
I mean, it does look kind of neat, I guess, but it's not what I want.
I think at the top of the screen you have controls for.
I should probably just let him talk, see if he explains it.
Well, we can paint directly onto our mesh. So,
because this is like huge and white too, he's probably gonna explain it.
To understand this, because it's kind of weird, you can also paint directly over here, and you might be thinking like, well, how does it know? Like, how do I know which part over here is actually going to be painted over onto the donut there? You might not care, but it's actually good to understand how it works. So basically, this mesh here, it has to be unwrapped over onto this left-hand side here, because that's the only way to have a 2D texture, 2D flat image.
I hate it, because it's like, if you look at like texture maps of like characters from games, it's terrifying. It's like you're looking at their skin just completely ripped off their body or something, like the face and everything.
Be applied to a mesh is to unwrap it in some way. I mean, there's projection. I'm not getting into that.
Man, that's
to
just
unwrap
advertising.
it. And unwrapping is essentially like, there is a meme.
I mean, yeah, he probably definitely is advertising at this point, but I mean, I'm talking to Glitch, because Glitch is like, man, this is just advertising, I swear to God. But I mean, like, it's still.
Well, at this point, he's no longer advertising his plugin. He's teaching us about how textures wrap and unwrap around meshes.
Yeah, that might have also been forever ago too. There are no timestamps for like when these pop up, so I have no idea.
He gave himself a little bit of a plug.
Yeah,
but if you have,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It exists, and he just there's nothing wrong with it. Like what? How else are you going to get people to your stuff if you never talk about it? That was like one thing that that's one thing that I kind of learned about even just being a content creator in general, is like, you can't be embarrassed to, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't like just walk in literally anywhere and be like, oh my God, check out my whatever. But like, you also shouldn't be so embarrassed that you never talk about it. 'Cause it's like, then no one's ever going to find you. Like, I mean, you gotta know when you should push yourself. Like, you should push yourself. You just gotta know when.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree.
Plug yourself. That was the word I was looking for.
Right? That is wrapped in some tinfoil. If you flatten it out, that is essentially UV unwrapping. There are little places in that wrapping where there had to be a cut, right? And then that cut was wrapped around the object. That's what UV unwrapping is. So the reason this works for us is because the cuts are actually already in place for default objects. So this torus is already perfectly UV unwrapped, so we don't have to do anything. I did want to mention it though, because it's important to understand UV unwrapping. Anyways, so we could actually paint directly on here, as I mentioned. White is a little bit too extreme though. So I'm going to click that and choose a color. First of all, I'm going to select the eyedropper.
Whoa,
and then not click over here, because that's got shit.
And the left side, up where it says text draw, I assume.
Okay, and then he did
Instead of making a
something to
white.
show the actual polygons on his texture on the left. What did he do to show those?
shading information. White is a little bit too extreme though. So I'm going to click that and choose a color. First of all, I'm going to select the eyedropper and then not click over here because that's got shading information. I'm going to click on the left-hand side so we get the exact color. And then...
Okay. But again, like he's showing, he's got the black grid on the left for his UV map.
Mine. Oh yeah, you're right.
How did he get that?
You're right. How did he get that? I actually have no idea. I guess we gotta go back. Where did he first talk about this?
Excuse to show you another part of Blender, which is texture paint. So at the top there, click the texture paint tab. And again, let's go into isolate mode with our donut there. Why are we not seeing? Okay, there we go. So what texture paint does is it lets you paint directly onto your mesh. But if we try doing it, you can see nothing's happening. And it does give you a warning at the bottom, missing textures detected. So to paint, you're painting into an image and the image doesn't exist yet. So we have to give it one. So go to the material tab. And then here where we got base color, we set it up as yellow, but we're actually just gonna override it now. So click that little yellow dot again, and then say image texture. So now it's black, doesn't have an image. So, and instead of clicking open, we're gonna click new. So we're gonna be creating a brand new image. And let's call this donut base. We could make this higher res. This will just save the image for us like that. All right, and then hit okay. And once we've done that, you should, it should be over there on the left-hand side, but if it doesn't pop up, you can just select it from the drop-down donut base, and there we go. So now we're in this state. Look what I can do. Ooh, fancy. So, I don't know why I said it like that. But we can paint directly onto our mesh. So to understand this, because it's kind of weird, you can also paint directly over here. And you might be thinking like, well, how does it know care? It has to be, it's actually good to understand how it works. So basically this mesh here, it has to be unwrapped over on.
So it's like he went to edit mode and then clicked on the vertexes and then it automatically brings the vertexes up on the mesh. Okay. Or not the mesh, you know what I mean.
Edit mode, he clicked on a vertex, you said?
I assume he went to edit mode.
All right,
because he brought the vertexes up. He brought the vertices up somehow.
Yeah.
Which I assume was in edit mode. Oh yeah, just hit tab and then it goes into edit. It goes into, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except then I'm missing a step. He selects them all.
Yeah, back up a couple seconds.
To this. So basically, you might not care, but it's actually good to understand how it works. So basically this mesh here, it has to be unwrapped. It's actually good to understand how it works. So basically this mesh here, it has.
I saw a middle click. Oh yeah, tab, and then just hit A. A for all? Can you do that? Oh, you can. You hit A for all. And then it selects all the vertices.
Now I'm seeing it on the left.
Yep, yep.
Oh, it's gray though. It's not.
Oh yeah, mine's gray too. Well, yeah, his is gray. They're gray. You want gray? Look at his. It's gray. Mine's gray.
Okay. Mine's so light gray. Maybe it's because my background isn't as dark as whatever. Okay.
Has to be unwrapped.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, it was a good thing you said that because I didn't even question it. And then I was yeah.
Over onto this left flat image, be out at the Taurus is already perfectly UV unwrapped. Anyways, so I'm going to click that and choose a color. First of all, I'm going to select the eyedropper and then not click over here because that's got shading information. I'm going to click on the left-hand side so we get the exact color. And then I'm going to make it closer to white. So not fully white because that'll be too far, but closer to white. And I'm also going to change the strength of my brush. I'll make about halfway. And then now I can do paints across it. And this will enable you to get a much more natural feel because you'll have just like, in fact, I might even go a little bit softer and that way you can kind of just paint across it. And this is very forgiving because we've got icing that's going to go over the top of it. But that's good. We don't want it to be too extreme. Let's just make it, I might go the other way. Make this a little bit more saturated. Anyways, that's basically all we need to do. We just want to just dab our toes into the field of texture painting. I would say texture painting, by the way, it's one of the weaker areas of Blender. It's actually due for an update at some point in the future, but it doesn't do like, you can't paint into like the height information or the roughness information at the same time like you can with Substance Painter, but it's got basic functionality. Now, importantly, this is an image, but it's not saved into your blend file. It still needs to be manually saved. So see at the top left-hand corner there, it's got image with a star. If you see that star, it means you've got changes that haven't been saved. So we need to go image and then save and specify where are we going to put our image. Because if we don't do this, we're going to lose it. So it has to be saved somewhere. Okay. So I'm just going to save it, yeah, anywhere.
I've got to figure out where I'm going to put this.
Yeah, me too. Oh fuck. Downloads pictures.
I think I'm just gonna have to learn the hard way how I should organize stuff. Like all
what
I can think of
calling this? Like, oh, how a different way to organize. Yeah.
Like I think all I can do is just make a folder that says textures, and then one day I'm going to be like, this isn't working anymore. I got to figure something else out.
I'm making a new Blender painted textures folder. Yeah, save image, sure.
For whatever reason, it's being... I can't... You know how, like, you just click on, like, a random spot and you hit new... What is it? What are you doing? Alright, maybe I have to do this in the file manager, file explorer, or whatever.
What you trying to do?
I'm trying to make a folder from Blender, but it's being stupid, so I think I'm just gonna have to do it from the File Explorer. So C, Program Files, and then make a new folder in there from that thing, because it's gonna want administrative privileges anyway, because I never figured out how to tell Windows I'm the frickin' owner. Fuck off. Refresh. Blender textures. Save as image. Okay, I'm good.
It has to be saved somewhere.
I assumed you were good. I didn't mean it. Just.
I'm good. Yes.
Because it will not be saved as part of the blend file. Very important.
I just realized that was probably the last step for this video.
Want to know that. Otherwise, you can lose texture paint work that you've done. But there we go. So now to bring back everything, remember if it looks like, where's the rest of my scene gone? See the top left-hand corner? Local means it's isolated mode. So that means you just have to hit / again.
I just realized this is another area where I'm going to benefit from the drawing tablet.
So you
doing
cutting
textures.
in and out.
I just realized this is also an area where I'm going to benefit from having the drawing tablet doing textures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
1 second, let me try something here. We're gonna try to move to a different chat.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yep.
Okay, cast again, please.
Where is it? Oh my god. Screens, not applications.
Okay.
I'm looking at the seconds. It's like there's like 20 seconds left in this video anyway.
Okay.
I think
let's finish it out.
Brings back.
I
real
think
quick
it's,
then, yeah.
And there we are. So that's the extent of this part of the tutorial.
What's up?
He got rid of his screen. How did he do that? I'm so
As I mentioned,
lost.
slash again, and it brings cool means it's remember texture paint work that you've done.
Okay.
But there we go.
Okay.
So now to bring back, you can lose texture paint work that you've done. But there we go. So very important to know that. Otherwise, you can lose texture paint work that you've done.
Oh,
but there
he left clicked on layout.
Left clicked on layout.
Oh yeah, because layout's the default. That's the thing that we started with. That's the thing we've been in like 99% of this whole thing, this whole ordeal.
Yes. Where's his layout?
Top left.
Where is the top left? Paint? No. Layout.
So, yeah, there's texture paint, UV editing to the left of that, sculpting to the left of that, modeling to the left of that, and then layout.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
There we go.
Oh.
So now to bring back everything, remember if it looks like, where's the rest of my scene gone? You see the top left-hand corner, local means it's isolated mode. So that means you just have to hit / again, and it brings back everything. And there we are. So that's the extent of this part of the tutorial. As I mentioned, some of you might be wondering, when are we going to make that lovely subsurface scattering? We're going to do that in the future after we do the sprinkles, because it's too hard to see at this point. So there we go, guys. Join me in the next part, and I'll see you there.
Of course. Now that we did all that, and I'm like, oh hey, I want to bring this down a bit. They're not parented.
Oh god.
I'm gonna worry about that later. It's time. I'm done. Okay.
You getting tired?
Yeah. We did stuff though. Woo.
Yeah, we did a lot actually. Like we put a lot of character on our frosting. We have a table. We have a platform. We've got texture for our donut. And it was interesting. He made us paint that horizontal stripe, and I was like, "What are we painting a horizontal stripe for?" But then I did mine, and I was looking at it, and it's like, "Oh yeah, there's actually that painting that stripe kind of creates like a donut-like gradation between like the bottom of the donut where it gets baked a little more. And, further up the middle.
Yeah. He explained that at the beginning. Well, I mean, like right before he did all that, he was like, he explained why he did that. Yeah, it was because of that.
Yeah,
it was because of that.
It's just really cool. So I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna say it before my app crashes again. And just thank you for just hanging out and doing Blender with me. I guess I got to thank everybody else for joining me and joining us together.
Thank you, Glitch, for helping.
Yeah. Glitch has been helpful, very much so. Thank you, everybody who came in on the raid. Please feel free to leave me a like, and I can stream for you in the future. Make sure to leave a like and follow, or I don't know what the terminology is for everything, all these different apps, but make sure to follow Once Dearly Beloved on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. Join us for a variety of different games that we play. We're not major specialists right now, but we got all kinds of things to offer. So please join us in the future. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Is there anything you want to add?
No. I mean, you said a lot. Yeah, no, I was
What kind of projects or things do you focus on when you're not doing Blender with me?
Well, I guess I'm just kind of playing games right now. Doing gaming news, shorts. I think about long form videos. I'm not sure. It's hard to come up with stuff to do when I'm already doing the shorts. But I might. Yeah, I don't know. I toy with the idea of just doing uploads of games that I'm not streaming to. I don't know. I've got long term stuff like making music and obviously making games and.
Tons of content to come.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of shit to see.
I'm all over, and it's probably not a smart idea because there's probably not going to be a niche then. But oh well.
Well, the niche is you.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose
that's what it is. Yeah, the niche is you. So follow us for us, and we'll continue to perform for you, because that's what we love doing.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks, and good night, everybody.
All right. Yes. Good night.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep. See ya. All right. That's the end of that. I'm definitely gonna stream. I haven't decided if I'm gonna stream Wuthering Waves tomorrow or it's probably Stellar Blade. I'm probably do Stellar Blade. I want to do both. Maybe Sunday, Friday, so tomorrow, and maybe Sunday. Probably not Saturday. But I will see you ladies later. Jenny.